What's happening? What up, y'all? What up, Autumn? Get out of here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm sorry. What's good? What's today? Today is Saturday. Damn, it feel like Monday. I don't be knowing what day of the week it is. It's fucking ridiculous. What up, Neil? Mo, what's good with you? I don't be knowing what day of the week it is. What up, Haley? I don't know what day of the week it is. Shit is crazy. Cause my family is here right now, so I don't know. Sometimes I be knowing I know when it's like school and shit, but now I don't be knowing. Yeah, Christmas, all that shit. I don't know. I'm like, what is this? I'm supposed to be getting my hair cut today. Yep, I just jumped on. Marudo said he here for the convo. Let's see. Let's listen. Let's see what happened. Nah, Teddy acting like he a good puppy. They gonna lie. Mo, they about to lie they pants off. Hey, I was just in the live right now. That shit is, hey, the men are not okay. This motherfucker made a whole live. He asked the question, are black men the problem? I got up there and said, well, I mean, all men are the problem collectively, but yeah, in the black community, black men are the problem. And then one thing led to another. And come to find out, he made this whole prompt just so he could tell everybody about how he got abused by some woman and the cops got called on him, and how women be mentally abusing men but men physically abuse women more, and they're two different things. And I was like, they're not two different things. Physical abuse is both physical and mental. It'll never not be the case that physical abuse isn't mental abuse. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, anybody I invite up, if you don't come up, you get muted for the live. You can come up and get unmuted though. I just asked if you come in here and you have a dissenting opinion to jump up on the panel. I'm looking for we looking for dissenters at this moment to get it going. And then I'll bring up people who, other people who don't dissent. But yeah, it's just weird because what the hell's going on? That was weird. It wouldn't let me scroll. All right, bet, Mo. Yeah, so but yeah, whatever is, if you women don't do anything, period, what does that mean? Bayesian? I don't know what that means. I mean, women don't do anything. They do a lot of stuff. Oh man. What's up, brother? I ain't seen you in a minute.
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. What do you mean women don't do anything? What are you talking about?
I'd be
You're being facetious?
Yeah.
But what do you? I mean, I don't even. But why would you make that statement? That's what I'm not understanding.
That's the same reason you put a statement up there. Women don't throw anything in men's face. It's the same thing, but on the opposite end.
I know, but why would you make that statement?
Because just like how I make that statement, like women don't do anything, I might as well say women don't do anything, because according to you, women don't throw stuff in men's face. So
they don't. Generally speaking, they don't do that. That's not a common trait or character. That's not a common practice of women throwing stuff in our faces. That's not, honestly, it's not. It's not. Men, the way that men talk about this is as if women are your enemy, as if women are trying to manipulate you and trying to, you know what I'm saying, and trying to coerce you or whatever they're trying to do, right? Which flies in the face of everything we know about men and women. Like, why do women need to do that? Why?
Because I'm on. I just got back out here on the after being divorced for about 7 years now. Back in this dating world, it's totally different. I'm in my 40s, mid to late 40s. It's not like when I was in my 20s. It's a whole different world out here now.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, I don't even recognize it personally, but it's a lot of stuff that go out here that I'm not used to. You know, being a traditional man. But all I'm gonna say from my experience is it's women out there that do it. It's women and men that do a lot of things to each other that get a reaction from one, then another one reacts. It's just a different, from me personally speaking, it's a whole different lifestyle from when I was single in my 20s to now in my 40s, 30 years later.
But wait, but Beijing, this is not relevant to the discussion right now. What I'm trying to figure out is you're trying to make me believe, like, so listen to what I'm saying so that we're clear, right? So I'm not, of course, like with all of these things that I do and say, of course, there is a group of women, a subset of women who will try to manipulate men and try to throw things in men's faces. I 100% know that to be true. Nobody is disagreeing with that. I don't think anybody in here thinks that no woman is doing anything wrong to any man. I think that that's stupid. If you think that, get the fuck out of here. That's dumb, right? But men try to project this lie onto women, that women use things that men tell them against the men to manipulate the men. Essentially, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to manipulate the men. I'm coming at that to me, more from the honest, the reality perspective, and saying that that's actually not true. That is another lie that is perpetuated by men to try to get women to not challenge them. Ultimately, that's what men, when they do this, that's what they want. They don't want a woman to challenge them, because they try to make women walk on eggshells and gaslight women into thinking that whenever a woman brings up anything that has ever been said, at a different time in the relationship, then she's trying to throw it in his face. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm pushing back against right now. And you got triggered and said, oh, women don't do anything, which is a weird response to me saying this. Do you not agree? You think most women out here trying to manipulate men?
No, I don't think. I think it's a small percentage of women that manipulate men.
Okay, then we agree.
And I agree with you on that part. And also on my end, I feel that, and my cousin female told me this the other day. She said, Ricky, it's a reason that we was talking about a subject, and she was like, it's a reason why guys have male friends for a long time, and women have female friends, and then they cut them off after a certain point in time. Meaning that women have a lot of, regarding accountability, that's part of the problem on both ends.
What do you mean?
But okay, all right. They have more guys will have male friends. I have a lot of females that stop talking to other females for
women
stupid reasons.
But that you don't get to tell people what's petty and stupid. If it's not petty to them, then it's not petty to them. And you want to frame it in that way to act like women just are irrational and erratic. But in reality, the problem is that you said accountability. You're right. Women actually hold each other accountable for the things that they do to one another. Like, men will be friends for 30 years, and that man, they'll have friendships and never have a conversation past how did the Lakers do last night, or what the weather is, or talking about how much money they spent on something, or the new thing they're buying, or attractive women sending each other, pictures of attractive women twerking. And like, that's the whole relationship. Drinking, it has to, like, somebody had a TikTok the other day, and it was talking about how every time men hang out, it is centered around something, right? Like it's centered around an event, right? Like, you just can't have the homies over and just like, it's like, even if it's like a birthday, it's a party. That's the, what I'm saying? Like, that's the event, right? It's not like you can just be like, yo, bro, I miss you. Come over. Let's hang out. that shit doesn't happen. When me and I said this a long time ago about people in general. I noticed this, right? But this is me from my male perspective. I have male, most of my friends are men, obviously. I said this a long time ago, even before I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking a decade ago. But I remember talking to my wife about it at the time, and I was saying, like, you know what I noticed? Every time that we hang out with our friends, it's always, around alcohol, right? No matter what the event is. It could be a baby shower. It's like, who bringing the booze? You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, my homies would come over, watch Monday Night Football, bring beer, bring wine, like, it was always alcohol driven. It always had something to do with alcohol, right? That was the thing that brought us together, was the alcohol. You're going to come together to drink. You're not going to come together just to commune and have a good conversation and, and talk to one another. That is why men can have friendships for 40 fucking years, because they're not real friendships. They're not. That man will not show up for you emotionally.
Well, let me say that. I know a lot of women that, hang out for girls' night. I'm going to have a girls' night. I'm on my end, I'm speaking. I got 3 male friends.
Okay.
And all of us, number one, I don't drink, period. But anytime we hang out or talk, it's all about business and how we could make each other money and how we could uplift each other financially. And
that's what I just said.
Yeah.
That's what you're proving my point. Thank you.
But we do. But on the other hand, but it's always phases. I got friends, we talk about how their family doing, how we doing. We consider each other's brothers. We was like, man, I love you. I appreciate you. You always been there for me. We go into deep thought. We go talk about groups, about how,
you guys don't hold each other accountable. That's the problem.
Yes, we do hold.
You don't. I promise you. I know you don't.
How we don't hold each other accountable?
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how I know your friend group specifically doesn't hold you accountable.
Okay, tell me how.
Because the things you are saying right now are unequivocally false about yourself and about your relationships with women, right? We've already discussed your marriage or all of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't want to get into that, but I'm saying if your friends were holding you accountable, or you know what I'm saying, and telling you where you was fucking up at, and you were actually receptive to that, you would still be with your wife. I guarantee you, if you were having real conversations with your friends and your friends was really clocking you on some shit and you was going, okay, I hear you, guy. You're my guy. I trust you. You know what I'm saying? I think you were really here to help me out. You wouldn't be divorced. 100%. You get, sir.
It don't work like that.
Okay.
Okay. It do not work like that because, like,
okay.
my situation. Mm-hmm. I own the business, mm-hmm. and you don't know my situation.
I do. You told me.
You only know some of my situation.
Okay, I know some of it.
And I want to say this: I got friends that knew me from high school, mm-hmm. elementary school, and they know my wife, they know myself. Mm-hmm. I'm laid back, calm. I'm not confronting, combative. I'm not any of that. Okay. On the other hand, she's very combative. She's very She's very
confrontational.
Confrontational. I'm not a confrontational person.
Okay.
I'm laid back. I keep to myself. I'm a homebody. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. Now, and I tell people nowadays,
she could have been combative, but was she wrong?
Yes, she was very combative, and she was wrong. Even to this day, even to this past Christmas, my girls had to sit down there and talk to her this past Christmas, December 25th. Because they sat down there and spoke to their mother. They was like, Mom, we want to spend more time with Dad. You're not letting us spend more time with Dad. Yeah. And she had to break down and say sorry because she's going through her 3rd divorce right now.
Okay.
So my kids, I actually get to spend this New Year's and next Christmas with my kids for the first time in 7 years. Because my kids had to actually sit down there and they was getting affected. Because they're 21 and 19 now. And they finally broke down and spoke to their mother about what she was doing was wrong. So I have people to hold her accountable on what she does.
Yeah. So I'm saying, that's fine. Like you could feel like that. I'm just telling you, you say it doesn't work like that. You talking to a married man. And trust me, I know how that shit works. Like you can tell that shit to somebody else. I'm gonna tell you. I can tell you from since we talking. Hold on, since we talking personally, I can tell you from personal experience that a reason why I stopped talking to my friends about my marital problems or whatever is because they never, ever, ever held me accountable. They never clocked me on shit. And it took me to like outgrow them finally, because I stopped going to them for like gratification and you know what I mean and stuff and shit like that. It finally like I don't know what changed. Just one day I was like, this shit is weird. Like, because what ended up happening was I would tell them stuff and I was actually like trying to get honest feedback. And they like never, they like, I don't know, it was like they never would be like, yeah, man, like, you know, I think you kind of fucked up here or da 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 da, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. It was never that. It was always like, man, I mean, women be tripping, dog, like shit like that. And they would say stuff and I finally one day I started noticing that I would end up arguing my wife's point to them. So they would end up being me and I would end up being my wife. And I was like, wait. So then it made me so two things happened in that instance. I realized that my wife was actually right most of the time. And then the second part was my friends actually don't be holding me accountable. And most men, now you can say your friends do. That's fine. You are in rarefied air. If your friends do, great.
That's not what I'm saying.
But most men don't.
I never discussed my relationship with my family or friends.
Then how was that holding you accountable?
I never discussed because I always stood by my wife, and a lot of my family members and friends got mad at me because they was like, "Oh, you doing what your wife say? You doing what your wife tell you?"
Exactly. So they was calling you whipped. Right. So they was calling you whipped, which is also an indicator that they are not good friends.
No, I'm not talking about my friends. I'm talking about right now. The ones that used to get mad was my family.
I'm not talking about your family. We've been talking about your friends this whole time.
My friends never commented on my marriage. It was all the comments I got was from my family.
So you mean to tell me you got this great friend group and none of them ever commented on your marriage? Never?
No, because we do not comment on each other's relationship.
Because you guys aren't real friends.
No, because that's not our business.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you got problems with your wife. That's like for example, when they see people, the reason not to comment or to say anything about people's marriage, because at the end of the day, when they tell you about that person, and then when you see them, you're gonna be like, oh, you should have did A, B, and C. But you know what? At the end of the day, your friend is gonna stay with that person regardless. So me putting in my 2 cents in your marriage have nothing to do with me.
My friends, I have a good amount of friends, a good amount of people that bring their relationship issues to me, and I am brutally honest. So much so that they are afraid to bring their problems to me because they know that I'm going, like men bringing me their and you can ask the women that talk to me too. When I tell them that I'll be like, yeah, if they right, I'll be like, no, you're right. I see your point or whatever. It ain't like I'm looking for you to be wrong, but like, yeah, I'm brutally honest. Like, cause it's no, like, why are we here? You bring this issue to me. Why the fuck are we here? Like, why am I having this discussion with you if all I'm gonna do is stroke your ego and be like, you know what, my nigga, women be tripping, dog. You right. Like, I'm not gonna do that shit. And I'm not going to I tell anybody, I was like, go to a professional. Before you get married, get premarital counseling, go to a professional. During your marriage, to get ground rules set, because I'm big on counseling. Because at the day people gonna put in their 2 cents, get a professional to work on your marriage, to give you a professional opinion instead of listen to everyday counter people that giving their perception on your relationship because of the experience they had. Get professional counseling. So it's safe to say now we got to the point to this point. It's safe to say you don't have really close friends, right? And that's what I've been saying this whole time. So for you to hold on, Beijing, stop. It's okay. This is my opinion. You can defend it if you want to. You already have been trying to, but I don't think you actually have close friends, right? I don't think you really have people you can call on and rely on emotionally, right? When I'm saying close friend, that's what I'm talking about. I don't think you can. You just proved it. You just said, I don't talk to him about this and I don't talk to him about my family. The things that are closest to you, crazy. No, right? Because you can talk about your wife without talking about your problems. You could talk about how you view your wife with them. You could talk about what you do in a relationship. You could talk about all types of shit without actually being like, guess what this woman said to me last night? Like, not, you don't have to gossip, but you can have conversations about your relationship. And you just said, I never talk about my relationship with my friends. They are not. Hold on. Why are you talking? Beijing? Why are you talking while I'm talking? This is crazy. Now so now we've gotten to the point to where I believe that it is, in fact, unequivocally proven without a shadow of a doubt that you don't have close friendships with anybody, right? To me, based on what you're saying, I wouldn't consider any of your friendships to be healthy or close knit. So bringing it back, when you tried to talk shit about women, because that's how we got here, you were trying to be like, oh, women will cut their friends off for stupid reasons. What reason? Because they didn't show up to their birthday party? You think that's a stupid reason?
I'm not using that for example.
What I'm asking you, give me the example. What is the example?
Well, first thing first, I got friends. I got 3 quality friends, I could call it, and the drop of a dime, they will be at my beck and call regardless. So that's your opinion.
Okay, you ain't have, sir. I'm telling you I'm just giving you my opinion of what you told me. You ain't got to tell me that they your good friend. That's fine. I don't care. But I'm telling you what you told me. Go ahead.
Okay. And I had females tell me before.
Women.
Mm-hmm. That, oh, I had a real close friend, but she stopped talking to me because I was calling this other girl my best friend. And she stopped calling. And she had to call her to find out the reason why. Because she thought another girl was taking her best friend's spot. I'm like, that's one of the dumbest reasons.
That is dumb.
Being your friend.
Yep.
And now they reconnected about 10 years later. But...
how long ago did this happen? This sounds like some childish shit. How long ago did that happen?
This was like the mid to late 20s.
Sounds about... I can see that. They're still really young. But okay. Yeah.
So, and...
You think that's common?
Some of the reasons that I heard from I don't know a lot of female... I know more guys that have guys that they knew for 20, 30 years than women that kept friendships for example, even my own mother, who had friends from the time I was growing up, all those friends are gone.
Who has more friends, men or women, generally speaking, per capita? Like, who is most likely to have,
I think women have more friends than men.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not understanding what you're talking about.
I'm talking about longevity.
I'm talking about longevity too. I'm saying, who has longer friends, more friends, whatever. Who has more friends, men or women?
I think men have more friends, longevity. Not as much friends as women, but they have longer type relationship.
What's the use in being that's the thing about men. We will be in long, shitty relationships because that's all we expect until it's too late, right? Until you in your nursing home and your homie's not showing up. Until you dying all by yourself because don't nobody care about you. That's when you find out, damn, I really didn't have all of these strong connections that I thought. That's all I'm saying.
It's better to have, as a man, I'm talking about from my perspective. I'm not somebody that keep a lot of friends. I'd rather have quality. I tell everybody all the time. When it comes to friendship on the male side, I look at it as rather to have quality than quantity. You could have a few good friends, real close knit friends that there for you at the drop of a dime. I don't believe in having 10, 15 friends, 20 friends. I'm not that type of person. I'd rather have a group of snore-knit guys that we can hang out, talk, chat, and do whatever than having a whole bunch of quality of guys that don't bring anything to a relationship.
I think most men don't bring anything to a relationship, though. That's the problem. Like, even with their male friends or with their male friends or with their women, I think men just don't bring much to the relationship. That would be crazy if you really think about it, right? That we can't be vulnerable and we can't be intimate with our women, but then we can be vulnerable and intimate with our male friends. It's just not true. We're not intimate or vulnerable with either group. Therefore, the bonds are weak. Therefore, the relationships are shallow. That's what I'm saying. That's obvious. Like from a man's perspective, assessing the situation, men's relationships are about this deep. Women's relationships are the fucking Pacific Ocean.
That depends on what you looking for in particular when it comes to male friendship.
You said what? I'm looking for vulnerability. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for depth. I'm looking for access. I'm looking for consistency. I'm looking for the same things that I'm looking for in a heterosexual cishet relationship. I'm looking for the same shit minus smecks. Same shit minus smecks. Like, what's the difference?
And that's why I said sometimes men need to get quality instead of quantity. Because you need a tight-knit group of guys that you could come and talk to under any circumstances that will be there for you.
But you can't talk to your friends about your relationship. You just said it. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you talking about? You just said it. See, this is what I don't like, Beijing. You say stuff, right? And then, and it's not just you. I don't want to say this about you, but this is what happens a lot of times in these discussions. You guys say stuff. I clock it. And instead of you going, okay, that's a fair point, you try to like lie your way out of it and pivot. Like, don't do that. Just listen to what you said to me. I'm not making this up. You said that you have 3 close-knit friends. But prior to that, I said men only talk about money, sports, and women. Just to break it. And I'm not talking about their woman. They're talking about other women that they're not even with. That's what I said. And then you got up there and said, nope, not me and my friends. Me and my friends, well, really, we talk about money. Duh, that's what I just fucking said. Okay, cool. Then when I clocked you on that, you said, no, you know, and then I was like, yeah, you can't. I started talking about your I said the reason why I know your friends aren't why your relationship isn't deep is because if your friends, if you were really close knit with your friends, they would have been clocking you on your shit when you were married, but they didn't, and that's how you ended up being divorced. And you said, no, actually, I never talked to my friends about my relationship. And then I was like, boom, exactly. That's how I know you have a shallow friendship with all of your friends. And now you're going, no, I can call them for anything, but you can't call them when you need emotional support, obviously, because you can't talk about your relationships with them.
No, when I was going through my divorce, I got friends that was there for me. And wait. First thing first.
Oh my God, the lies.
First thing first. I don't care if it's man or woman relationship. I'm personally not getting involved in anybody's marriage. And I know people like this. It's not my business. Nobody's marriage is my business. I don't care if I have a female friend to a male friend. Their marriage that is none of my business. You want to come and vent to me? I like say, okay, shake
so
my head.
You expect me to believe, listening to you right now, not take accountability and not be honest with me right now. You expect me to believe that in your relationship with your ex-wife, it was her fault that she was just aggressive and done. I would be yelling at you too, my nigga. I ain't gonna even hold you, Beijing. And I talk to you, I am combative and I am aggressive, as you can tell. But in real life, right? In real life, if you was doing this shit to me in real life, we would be fighting because I would be yelling at you. I would be berating you right now. Like if you was my nigga, like I could talk to my, because I ain't gonna talk to you like that, obviously, because I don't know you and I feel like you can only talk to people that you know like that. But if I'm more reserved online. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you were trying to gaslight me the way you're trying to do right now in real life, we would literally be fighting. Like you would want to fight because I would be like, nigga, you a fucking liar. Like I'll be frying you. I'll be calling you everything but a child of God for the way that you are lying to me right now, right? So I could only imagine how combative a person will become in a relationship with you. That don't even fucking, if you was lying to me like this in a relationship, jammies, eye jammies.
From example to make it seem like, you know, that's the God's word. What I'm saying to you is that regardless of what friendship you have, somebody speaking about their marriage is something that I don't involve myself into other people's relationships or marriages. Period.
What else do you talk about beyond money with your friends?
What we talk about now, besides money, we talk and somehow their family doing how how's my kids doing, how everybody doing. That's what we talk about.
Okay.
We don't only talk about money. We talk about how everybody doing. If everything good on your end, if you're doing good, and that's it.
All right.
That's it.
It sounds very surface level. And I think that your expectations of a friendship for most men, and this is not just you, me too. I've been a victim of this too. My expectations for male friendship is very, very, I have low expectations. And I didn't know that. I'm telling you, the thing that has opened me up to understanding this way more is obviously unpacking my misogyny, because the way that now that I expect to be in, like, you know, the connections that I expect to have with the people in my life has totally changed. Like with my wife, with my kids, with my friend, like I just don't have the same expectations. Like I was telling my wife over, like we were talking about Christmas, and I was telling her how disappointed I am in my family, right? I'm very disappointed in my family because they don't make enough of an effort to, you know, what I'm saying, to show up. We don't make enough of an effort as a family to show up. My immediate family, I'm not talking about my wife, I'm saying, but like my, you know, my brother, my sister, even my extended family, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, like we don't make enough of an effort to show up for one another. And it is very disappointing to me, right? I'm very disappointed in that. And so when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm saying, I'm listening to, I'm talking to men about this shit. And I'm like, the expectations that men have for other men is like, I can talk, as long as I can talk to you about the sporting event that happened last night, as long as I can have these like topical conversations with you, then that's a good man, Savannah. And I'm just saying, you need to broaden your expectations of men. Like it sounds like your expectations of friendship is like nothing. Like, yep, I got friends in my thing that I can call. And it's like, all right, that's cool. But
no, because we do have deep conversation regarding relationships, how each other doing, and stuff like that. Regarding relationship with us one-on-one, you know, if they're in a certain mindset or they're down about something about their life or something their everyday life, you know, we have conversations like that. Like, okay, I feel this certain type of way. Matter of fact, my friend just had a baby. He was like, man, I feel this. He was telling me how he was feeling emotionally and that it was compounding on him and it was being too much, you know, because he had a baby at 50 years old. So
wait, hold on, wait, back it up. How old is his wife?
His wife is like 44.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Oh my God. That is crazy.
Yeah, but it was like, you know,
hell no.
They just had so he was talking to me about the difference of having a baby at 50 and how, you know, he was depressed for a good couple months after the baby was born because it's a whole different change of life at this age. And I had to talk to him about it. You know, it took days and days of talking to him about it because it was stressful. He ain't know how to deal with it. So he came to me and talked to me about it.
That just stressed me out. You telling me that your friend is having a baby at 50 and his wife had a baby at 46, that stressed me out. Right now, I literally got anxiety from listening to that. That's what I'm like. So that's fucking crazy. But yeah, okay. So you were talking to him about that. I'm saying that I'm saying that's fine. I'm happy that you guys had that conversation. But all I'm saying is that I think that the expectations that men have for their friendships are very Sarah and Abraham are very low. They're just very low. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying. I think the expectations are very low. I think because men don't expect much out of themselves, right? So you know, as men, and then we also don't put that on other men, you know, oddly enough, because we do that for women, right?
I agree with you on that part, but I also believe that, especially, believe the older you get, the more in depth as a man, and the older you get, and you have
the more mature you get.
Mature you get. You could come to your friends, you know, your male friends, and be like, man, I'm feeling depressed about this, or, you know, I went through a lot of depression, and I had some good friends to lean on me that get me through those dark times. Like I went through some serious depression, and I could say one thing, he always kept me uplifted. And even though it feel like every day when you go through depression, it feel like a cloud is over you every single day, and things are bad or it's going to happen to you. But I could say that and I even thank him to this day for keeping that positive reinforcement in my head, talking to me and keeping me grounded during those times of depression that he helped me get through. So I said, like you said, the older you get, the more mature you get, the more you're willing to open up and talk about certain things.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, the older I get, the less I talk to my friends. But I feel like I said, the older I get, the less I talk to my friends because my expectations for my friends are way higher than they were 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 20 years ago when I met them. Right. So I cut off pretty much all my friends. I really don't talk to any, I really don't. I'm talking about male friends, by the way. I got new female friends and I got some older female friends that I could have conversations with. Like my wife, like, and I've made this, I've told you guys this about my wife, but like my wife, when we, like, I have this is another tale that how I know my friendships with my male friends are like shallow as shit. My wife like talks to my friends who I'll talk to my friend I'll talk to my friend 3 times a week, every week for 10 weeks. My wife will see that friend. She ain't seen this motherfucker in 5 years, 2 years, whatever it is. She'll talk to this nigga. And an hour later, she'll be telling me so much shit about him I had no fucking idea. That shit happens all the time. Like she does the same. My brother, same shit. My brother comes over, you know what I'm saying? And my wife will just be like, oh, you know, da-da-da-da-da. He's not going to be able to do that because on Tuesday he has to. I'm looking at her like, how the fuck? I just talked to this nigga last night. She was like, yeah, you don't fucking have a real conversation with him. And I was like, it just like a lot of that just all the time. It just that would be the theme. It would be like, damn, why every time you talk to my homies, you get all of this information out of them. But when I talk, it's because I'm not actually fucking talking to them. We're not talking to each other. We're not having a real, like, I'm thinking our conversations are deep because we're talking about work. We're talking about economy. We're talking about government. We're talking, you know what I'm saying? We're having like robust conversation. I'm thinking we have any deep conversations. We're not.
So because of what your wife asking, you ever thought about changing up on your conversations with them?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like this is a revelation for me. This is not new. This is not old. This is new. So I'm finally starting to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finally starting to try to put the pieces together. Like, okay, I need to figure something out because this isn't the way. And I ain't gonna even lie. The easiest out for me is just to have female friends. Right. But that's, whatever. That creates a whole set of different problems. I don't go down that road. But no, I do have female friends, but I'm saying like I would like in my mind, it's just easier for me to have female friends because women are just better at fostering friendships. Like it's just easier. Like you're saying you don't go down that road. You should try it. Having female friends, it's night and day. It's
from second grade, and that's my only female friend from second grade, and she's still to my friend to this day. So she's more like family than a friend, But that's my only female friend.
That's right. Okay. Mello, what you in there talking about, Mello? I know you about to say something, some fake stat. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Actually, see, there you go again.
Let's hear the fake stat, Mello, so we can argue about the fake stat for 30 minutes.
No, you can actually check pre-research because I was listening to what you were saying about friendships. Right. So I said, let me see if there's a vast difference between men and women friendship. And actually, it said they're moderately the same. It's like 55% of women report having between 1 and 4 close friends. 50% of men report that. 40% of men report having 5 or more close friends, and 36% of women report having that. So they say it's moderately the same.
Yeah, except for that. And here's what I'm saying. Because they're asking men, do they have close friends, right? Bayesian just said he has close friends. I don't think he does. But if they asked him on that for that research, he would say, yeah, I got 3 close friends, right? Now we would have to get into how deep are the friendships. That's what I'm saying. How deep are the friendships? That's the discussion that we're having now. I'm cool. You think men have friends? Fine. Where are these friends showing up for these men though? Why are men so much more likely to commit unaliving after a divorce? Why are men failing on every single fucking level in society? Why are men going down and women ascending? If men have all of these friends and all this support group, why are men becoming more violent? Why are men becoming more depressed? Why are men being more reliant upon women? Like that, like, fine. You want to say the friendships are the same? Fine. Then explain all that other shit. Because that's what I'm talking about.
I'd have to go sit and check the stats on everything but you just said.
Honestly. Okay.
I have answer to that.
Okay. Lyndon Mack said the statement is untrue. Welcome, Lyndon. Why is the statement untrue?
Hey, my brother, what's up? What's up?
I'm chilling, Brent. I'm chilling, fam. Go ahead.
And to everybody watching your live.
Yes, sir.
You said literally that women don't show things in men's faces, men do.
Yeah.
And I would say to you that your statement literally is a lie because you refer to women. And I take that statement as a general statement.
Yeah, it is general.
Now, if it literally you are saying to me, some women don't throw things in men's faces, or most women don't, and literally I would agree with that statement. You
that is hold on, Lyndon. You just said you take this as a general statement. General means most. I am talking about most women. Literally what you just said is what I'm saying. So you do agree. I'm not saying all women. I'm not saying no women do this. I'm saying most women, and by most, I mean the vast majority of women are not throwing things in men's faces. It just doesn't make any sense.
Here's the thing. On the prompt on your background, I don't see a most in front of your woman.
I know, man. We have to do this all the time. It is implied. It is implied.
It's an implied statement.
Yes, that's how English works. It's implied. You don't always have to say most or some or whatever the percentage is. You can just say women, and people who understand English, depending on the context, you would understand that this statement could not be definitive 100% one way or the other. So logically speaking, the obvious way to interpret it would be most, generally.
And I definitely get you
Mm-hmm.
on that point. Literally, if you are saying that we're gonna have to utilize the logic, yes. However, I have seen statements on that premise in different for different information. When you literally ask the general public, most persons may directly think logically to say, yes, I could understand it. Some, it's most.
I'm not about to go back and forth about people who are illiterate or have a problem understanding English. Yeah, I think it's just that I think we're having it's an English debate now, and I don't want it to be a debate about English.
It's understood. Now that I get where you're coming from, I could definitely get that part. I think also I heard you made a second point as to men having deep friendships. I would say directly there is a bit of it, but it's not always. We have a lot of our men are filled in their egos, and even when it's time for them to have those very deep conversations, when they are having their problems, we don't see a lot of it being opened up. And this is why you are seeing now a lot of persons going to analyze themselves. We have literally indicated to our men, get help, talk to somebody, understand that your emotional intelligence is part of your power. It's a very wide conversation, and it can be very lengthy because what we are trying to change now are personalities, so persons who are stuck and grown in what you call their ways and their mindset. So it's going to take some processing and some time.
Bet. Let me read these real quick, y'all. Shirley Rara said men have surface level friendships, 100%. She said my dad has 30 plus year friendships, but aren't good men. The friends are not with good men. The friendships aren't. Bud Mistress says, why was she combative with you and not everyone? I think that was to you, Beijing. Why was your wife, was she only combative with you, or was she combative with everyone?
And that was a red flag I overlooked in the beginning. She was combative and nasty with everybody. And I was like, at the time when I was just married, I was like, oh, she's not like that with me. But when we went through a divorce, what I saw in the beginning, what she did with everybody else, but she never did with me. When we went through divorce, that's when I got the wrath of what everybody else was getting. So she was combative with everybody else. That was, and that's just the way she is.
So she wasn't combative during the marriage, only at the end.
No, she wasn't combative with me, but I'm talking about with everybody else. I overlooked that side of her, that trait of her, of being nasty and combative with other people. Cause I was like, oh, she's not doing it to me, so I was like, I'm cool with it. You know.
So whenever y'all went out to eat and you got the wrong thing, she was the one that was like, hey,
yeah,
man's here, he got the wrong thing. And,
yeah,
and you was like, yeah, get him, wifey. Get the waiter. Get him.
And when I went through the divorce, then I became the goddamn,
the waiter. And in both cases, both of y'all deserved it, right? Because the waiter fucked up on the order. You fucked up. I'm just saying, if you the waiter, it makes sense. But anyways, tonight just said, say quality again. I swear for God. Shorty Rara said, this dude from New York. I don't think Beijing from New York. You're not from New York, right, Beijing?
Nah, I'm from Barbados.
You from Barbados, yeah. Tonight just said, because how do you know quality if you're not allowing yourself to go deeper than fave sports and the size of your, I don't know, muscles? Seems fair to me. Good question. Reese Scholar said, men's friendships are shallow as puddles, but they would defend them nakers till their last breath because they value male attention over everything. Ooh, fair point. Osa said, if you acted right, you would have a woman with support. That's true. Teresa said, men have fewer deep friendships. Here goes a study you want to look up, Mello. You know, Teresa was going to come through with some receipts for us. Men have fewer deep friendships. Cleveland Clinic. Trevor Noah and Diary of a CEO had a good conversation about how they're facilitated by women. Yeah, I saw that episode, by the way, Teresa. That was a good one. Diary of a CEO, man. The dude, to me, I'm not the biggest fan of his, I guess, but he brings on some interesting guests. So I think he's good. I don't know. Maybe it's him I don't like personally, but I think he's good for that podcast. I think he has very interesting guests. Even when he has on guests that I don't like the guests, I still like the conversation. So I think that's a really good podcast. I would probably say my favorite podcast. Okay. So Mello, I'm sorry. You go ahead, Bama, and then I'll bring Mello and Lyndon back in. I want to just ask him a question.
Oh, I'm just enjoying it. I had something to say earlier, but we didn't move past the point. I don't want to get back to it.
Okay, that's fair. So Mello, do you think that women throw things in men's face typically?
I would say at certain opportunities when they're really trying to damage that man, yeah, I would say absolutely.
And you think most women at some point in time in a relationship is trying to quote unquote damage their man?
I wouldn't call it damage, but I would say they're trying to get him to, I would say, break him down to where they can get him to see maybe he's doing something wrong, and they might have to do that by hitting him somewhere where it hurts, where they know he's vulnerable.
And you're saying that most women are doing this?
Yes, I would absolutely agree, especially in a lot of arguments that I've heard and I've overheard where they just tear him down. They'll say something that you'd be like, whoa.
Like what?
Shouldn't have said that.
Like what? Not about you, because I know, people get sensitive. They don't want to take.
She might tell him, yeah, that's why you got blah, 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 beat up or something happened to your mom back then and it caused you to actually be this way. So she might cross the line.
What? Say that again.
Something happened to somebody in your family that made you turn out this way.
And you think that is throwing something in somebody's face? And this is exactly what. Oh my God! Hold on. Thank Mello. Hold on, brother. Thank you, Mello. Thank you, Mello. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
What do you mean? She's saying it to the dude. What are you talking about?
If you tell somebody something in confidence that actually it makes you vulnerable and you're still not quite healed from, and they know.
Why would you tell them?
Because you feel comfortable enough to just let it out. Maybe
if you're not healed, wait, but it's your responsibility to heal. Like There's anything I tell you guys couldn't. Man, I wish Kay was up. You can't spray me with my own tea. There's nothing that you know about me that you could ever use against me to hurt me. Like, I'm healed up from that shit. I wouldn't disclose it if I wasn't healed from it.
But you're basing that on yourself. Everywhere you go,
I'm basing it on reality. I'm saying that is your responsibility to heal up.
You might not understand it, but everywhere you go on TikTok, somebody could bring up some subject that's going to open up a wound from somebody.
From who? For me?
No, I mean not.
Oh, I was like, never me. Y'all can never.
You personally, but in general.
Y'all can never make me care about the shit y'all say about me. Like, not never.
I think the connection there is
hold on. What did you just say? Yeah. What'd you just say, Pellet?
You said you could never. I said you can never make me care about the shit y'all say about me. Like, you would never be able to hurt me.
You blocked me. Bro, what are you talking about? You blocked me.
So? You think I blocked you because you were saying stuff about me that was... Me? I know who you are, Pierre. Whatever your name is.
Think?
You think that... Wait, do you think... Yeah? Yeah, I don't understand. Are you okay?
Just because you say weird stuff don't mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I blocked you because you used to not come up and you used to always be yapping in the comments. And then somebody said that this dude is probably... hold on, hold on, sir. Hold on. You want to know? I'm going to tell you. Damn.
All right, then, let's hear it.
Hold on, y'all.
This show isn't about that.
I know, but I'm gonna tell him since he up here. He was sensitive.
No, because he just told the chat that he don't be caring about what niggas say about him. But when I said some shit about him that's personal, he gonna go ahead and block me.
Well, like,
what are you talking about, gang?
Hold on.
This life isn't for that.
Hold on, wait, Lindy. Wait. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell him why. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. If you once again,
yes, you do, dude.
I don't, sir.
Don't act oblivious. You know what I'm talking about, dog. Don't act like niggas got
say
amnesia now. You know what I'm talking about.
Say it right now. What was it?
I already said it.
I haven't heard it.
Who I am, bro. You acting like you.
What did you say to me? What do you think you said to me that made me block you? You tell me right now.
It don't matter. You blocked
me. I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. You don't even remember
it.
Yes,
you do, bro. That's why I said stop.
Hold on. You don't remember it.
Cool to the chat.
Hold on.
You know who I am, bro. I told you off on numerous accounts, bro.
No. Hold on. Wait.
You can ask. Hey, tell them about my old account, bro. Because you know about my
Hold on, brother. Hold on. I know you want to get people to follow you right now. I don't care. But wait, real quick. I blocked you because one day you were in the... Hold on, man. I'm going to block you. You about to get blocked again. Be quiet. You were in my chat and you were like saying weird shit like this, like you were like, I forget the exact thing you were saying. You were like, this is
Look, let them think of some bullshit.
You were like, no, I don't gotta lie on you, my nigga. You were like, this is like abusive to men or something along those lines. Like it, like I'm trying to remember, like you were trying to say like it was you did. Nah, you did. Shut now you about to lie. Cause that's what you were saying. You were like, and then somebody in the comments was like, you should block him before he reports the live. And then I was like, oh, you're right. And I don't even remember if I did it, but yeah, I co-signed it at the least, right? So I blocked you because you were saying weird shit like that. That's why I blocked you. Sir, you've never said anything about me personally that was true, first and foremost, and secondly, offended me. You could never. Now, since we on the subject of saying things that's offensive, when I was in that live with you and that girl exposed you for selling your booty hole pics on the internet, that was you. That was a different. That was different. Now wait. Now you crashed out at that time. I remember that. Now I remember that when they were talking about you selling your brown eye, selling your puffy brown eye pictures on OF. When I remember that. Now hold on. But now wait. Let's talk about that because that's the type of shit that had you crashing out. You were putting it on your dead granny and shit. You was in the chat talking. You was on the panel talking about. I put that on my dead grandmother. I put that on my grandmother. I didn't. You were doing all that hype shit. We was all laughing at you.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So I remember. So that's what I remember, right? I don't remember you saying shit to me that offended me. You can never. You don't know shit about me. right? Even though I tell you about me all the time, y'all make up fan fiction about me. So you don't know shit about me. You don't listen enough. You be in here all the time not listening. For what reason?
So then when you heard that shit that popped off, I wasn't on my backup.
I don't remember shit. I couldn't care less.
Stop lying to this account, bro.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Lying to these people. So swear on everything you love, you're not lying right now. Because I swear on I swear on Dad Grady Joseph. I swear on Zion Elijah Joseph, you're lying right now.
Told you. What did I say? That's exactly what he said when that woman said that you were selling your puffy brown eye on OF. When that woman said you were selling your puffy brown eye pictures on OF, you said that exact same line.
So then all you guys got to do is just look up Draylon Joseph's name on OF and then you'll find it, right?
I don't know. I don't know how to find you. You have a pseudonym. I don't know what the fuck your name is. I'm just telling you what she told us, and you got real offended.
Bro, this is from a backup account, man.
All right, we got it. You got it.
About stuff he heard from
we got to hear about what you're saying.
He blocked me on my main account when I quoted some shit that, or when I what do you call that? Stitched some stuff that he said. That's when he blocked me.
What?
He came at me. He heard that stuff. He heard that stuff about me in a live when I was on my backup account, gang. Like he's lying to these people, bro. He's lying to these folks.
What the fuck is he talking about? What are you talking about?
Contribution to this discussion today that we're actually having, because I felt as if you came up in the box to just throw some totally off shit. You have 500 plus persons in this live. I don't know, I held to this conversation.
Man, that don't matter. That don't matter.
Totally just literally walked in for something literally that is way off this.
He's sensitive. He's sensitive.
No, look though, because this is low key charges now, because he's trying to deface niggas.
Charges, see, and that's why I blocked him. Look, hold on, wait, y'all hear? Hold on, Lenny, stop, Lenny, stop. Did you hear what he just said? It was weird shit like that. Like when people say stupid shit like that, I block them. I'm like, what are you talking about? See, these are low key charges. What charges? What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I blocked you. Exactly. Thank you for proving exactly. I don't remember exactly what you said. That was exactly why I blocked you. That's exactly why I blocked you, sir. That's exactly why I blocked you. And guess what? Blocked again. Go back outside. Blocked.
Oh my God.
Blocked. That shit was crazy. In real time, look, I swear to God, y'all, every single time these motherfuckers try to lie on me, they end up telling on themselves. It never fails. I don't even know what the fuck they be talking about half the time. Like, what are y'all even talking about? Then I just say the thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I do kind of, and then boom, real time, here he goes. I put that on my dead granny. Yep, that's what you said last time. Exactly. And then what? Oh, these are low-key charges. Gone. Blocked instantly. Blocked. Get out of here. And you were saying the same shit on the panel or in the comments, and somebody in the comments was like, you should block him because that's weird. He's probably going to report the live. And I was like, yeah, listen to the logic. If you're going to try to get me charged for something, which you can't, but let's just say, if you were trying to get me charged for something, I know you would report my live. I know you would report me. If you would report me to the police, you definitely will report me to TikTok. So I blocked him. Exactly why I blocked. I don't know nothing about no Stitch. I've never seen a video or nothing that nigga has ever made. I don't know nothing about that nigga. Outside of what that woman said about him selling pictures of his puffy brown eye on the internet. That's all I ever knew about him. Was that and that he a crash out dummy. That's it. He a crash dummy. That's it. Them the only two things I ever knew about him. These men be really thinking that they can say something that could like hurt my feelings. Like they be trying to hurt my feelings. Bro, it happens every day. Y'all can never say anything to hurt my feelings. You can't. I would never, because I'm not an idiot, I would never tell you something about me that I haven't unpacked already. Oh, you think I would reveal that information to you so you could weaponize it against me in the future? Nope, doesn't happen. So anyways, back to what Mello was saying. So you Mello are literally I'm glad you said what you said because you proved my point. You prove my point that women just tell you the thing. A woman saying to you, the reason why you are so controlling of me is because your dad left you and you have abandonment issues is not her throwing something in your fucking face. That's like therapy in real time. I don't know what you be talking like, and that's exactly what I be saying that men think. That's the exact example that men use when they talk about women throwing things in men's face. That's the verbatim. That's the example that I give all the time.
You call that therapy? You call that therapy? The hubris kind of emotional intelligence that women have.
Say what?
The emotional intelligence people have with their qualitative and quantitative and empirical research that they do. You call that therapy to men when women throw things in their faces?
That's not throwing something in your face. That is therapy.
You don't make enough money. How about the high?
You don't make enough money.
How about the high standards that women have?
Wait, but what if you don't make enough money? Like, what the fuck is we talking about? Is it a lie? That's what I'm trying to find out. Is it a lie?
That cannot be achieved, public offender. How many men make more than 100,000 a year, right?
6%
in the U.S.
7%.
Go back to your chick.
Like, not many people make over $100,000 a year.
Why do women have these expectations? You know,
they don't.
Because they have trauma.
They don't. You're just lying. They don't.
Listen, you have a 40-year-old woman, right? 30-year-old woman wanting a guy that is basically a platinum kind of guy that makes 100,000, is over 6 feet, and it's a good-looking guy. Hold
on, we've heard these talking points a million times. Let's not derail the conversation. It's a lie, Leo. We know most women aren't looking for that, because if they were, they would. If only 7, 8, 9% of men make that much money, but the majority of men have been married and are married right now, right? Then how the fuck can you make that assertion? That doesn't make sense. Do you think that they got into the relationship thinking that he made $100,000 a year?
Woman called settling. Woman settle.
But you hold on. But now you're contradicting yourself, because listen to what I'm saying. And I agree, because I've ran that prop many a times. Women settle, men don't. You're right. Women settle all the time. They settle all the time. They deserve to be with the man that makes enough money to financially support her, because she's doing 80% of the labor in the home. So you should be taking care of 80, 90% of the bills outside of the home. That's the trade-off. But instead, women are making 40% of the money. Hold on, please don't interrupt me, Leo. Hold on, brother. Women are making 40% of the money, right? And they're doing 80% of the labor. Men are making 80% of the money and they're doing 20% of the fucking labor. That's the problem. That's the disconnect. So yeah, women deserve a man that makes 6 figures. Women deserve a man that could financially provide for them. They deserve it. Like, are you mad at that? That's an unreal expectation. How is that expectation unreal when in real life men expect a woman to do 80 to 90% of the labor in the home, but she can't expect you to provide 80 or 90% of the money outside? That doesn't make sense, fam. That's not unrealistic. Once again, that is projection. Men have unrealistic expectations of women. Men think that it is her duty to do 80, 90% of the labor in the home, while also because of our current economy providing 40 to 50% of the money coming into the home, right? That's an unreal expectation. But guess what? Women meet it. That's the craziest shit about it. Women still meet that expectation of men. That crazy expectation of men that men have of women, women are still meeting it. Men aren't. Women are meeting that expectation. Men aren't. And you're saying that they're the ones who have the unrealistic expectations. How?
What kind of expectations do you have with non-traditional women? These women have over 100 guys. Right?
Now you're lying.
100 men.
Now you're lying. Now you're lying. Don't lie. No, most women don't have.
Most of these women don't even know.
Yeah. We don't care. Most men don't know how to cook. Most men don't know how to wash their own ass, Leo. What are you talking about? Most men don't know how to make doctor's appointments. Most men don't know how to file fucking paperwork. Most men don't know how to sign their kids up for sports. Most men don't know how to do shit without women. So please stop with the bullshit. You are talking to a married man. I know how the relationships work. I know what women do in the relationships. I'm not speaking for one. I'm just saying in general, I can pretty much tell you how the dynamics in most relationships work. You have no fucking clue. You have no idea. You're just making up stuff. You on the outside looking in. How you hating from outside the club, fam? You're not even in this motherfucker. I'm in it. I'm telling you, that's not how it works. Jesus Christ. I'm not lying. I'm not making this shit up. I'm telling you, women are doing 80% of the labor in the home and then providing 40% of the money coming in the home. Men are doing 20% of the labor in the home and providing 80% of the and providing 80% of the money in the home. And men are the ones saying that women have unrealistic expectations. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. I can't. That lie is ridiculous. That lie is ridiculous. Try it on somebody else. Chris, what were you saying in the comments? You said it is what?
Yeah, you were saying it's not throwing things in their face, and it absolutely is throwing things in their face. How
so? Oh, Clarice said Leo AI pick looking like a British child with consumption. How is that throwing something in somebody's face? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, throwing something in the face basically means bringing up like past mistakes, vulnerabilities, sensitive topics.
That's right? What you think?
Huh?
Is that what you think it is? I don't think that's what it is. I don't. That's your perception of it. That's not what it is for me.
Okay, I would imagine. Well, when I hear men say women will throw something in their face, throw things in their face, that's usually what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're talking about women holding men accountable.
No. It's bringing up mistakes, vulnerabilities, and sensitive topics during an argument, right? In an accusatory, hurtful, or manipulative way. That's usually what they're saying.
I know, but
it's not providing any type of solution to an argument. It's basically bringing up things in the past to excuse whatever behavior is currently going on.
Okay. Now, that's why I said that's what men do. Because that's what men do. Women don't do that. When women do it, they do it the way that for the reasons that are how Mello talked about, right? You're in an argument, you are exhibiting this behavior, and I've given this example many a times because I don't give a fuck. Once again, I'm okay with being vulnerable with you guys and opening up with you guys. I don't need to mask in this way. I don't need it. So I will tell you my own personal example of how my wife brings up stuff about me often when we are having disagreements, and she's fucking right like 90% of the time, right? So I will be having an issue with my wife, and what it is, the issue is irrelevant in this example. The issue is irrelevant, right? It's how I'm communicating within this exchange. That's the problem, right? So we're having this back and forth, and I'm communicating poorly in this exchange. And my wife will say something to the effect like, see, you have this same issue with your brother. Even your brother says this about you, or you have the same issue with your coworkers. Even your manager has said this about, or whatever the case may be, right? And and she's right. Like this is what I be saying about people online. I'm like, you guys can't mask that. You guys can't mask that you are being. You guys can't act like you're not communicating like this in real life. Somebody said that's unhealthy. It's healthy to me. Why is it unhealthy?
It's not solving anything.
It does.
So it doesn't.
If you are receptive, it does solve. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now you can look at it from a different perspective.
Because here's the thing: it has nothing to do with your coworker. It has nothing to do with your brother. It's you and your relationship that you have with this woman. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about my relationship with my brother. We're not talking about the relationship that I have with my.
If you have the same problems everywhere, sir. If you have the same problems,
we're not talking about those problems. I'm talking about.
It's the same problem, Chris.
Still not talking about.
You're missing. Hold on. You see? That is that gaslighting shit. That is literally, you are talking about that problem. The problem in that instance is you don't know how to communicate with me. And whenever you try to communicate with me, you react in this way. And when you react in this way, you do this to everybody that you, I'm not saying this to you, I'm saying when in the conversation, you do this to everybody you encounter, right? You said that last week your manager blew up because of da. And you said that your sister and your brother also, I've witnessed you and them have this same falling out over and over and over again. They said the same thing. So now I'm telling you the same thing. It is a you problem. You have an issue with how you're communicating, right? And now in that instance, now that's on you. You can either go, damn, You're right. Or you can do what you're doing right now. We're not talking about them. Just talk about this right now. You want to compartmentalize it so you can explain it away. It's a deflection.
Yeah, because the way I interact with my brother, the way I interact with a coworker is not the same way I'm going to interact with my wife.
It is.
No, Chris, that's not what he's saying. Bro, that's not what he's saying. If you have a drinking problem, and because you're drinking,
hold on, let Lyndon go. Let Lyndon. Let Lyndon. Chris, I got you. We'll get to it. Let Lyndon finish, and then we'll get to the problem.
The problem could be anything, whether it's a drinking problem, whether it's a smoking problem. He's literally saying that if you're assuming.
Hold on, let Lyndon finish what he's saying.
Hold on, bro. This is someone who loves you and is checking you in a relationship. If she doesn't love you, she doesn't have to check you and say, hey, Chris, you know something? When you drink, you become aggressive. Mm-hmm. And she's noticing that pattern because she has heard your brother talked about it. Mm-hmm. So she can be able to check you on it because she's saying, this is the same problem your brother is complaining about when you drink. Mm. There has to be a reason that would have occurred for her to bring up that issue. Mm. This is the same reason your co-worker is mentioning that when you drink, you become more aggressive. In that same communication she has just related to you, she has experienced that same problem with you. She is now hearing your brother experience that same problem and someone at work. So if you are not understanding that she's saying to you, there's an issue here that you need to address, and you're failing to address it because you are thinking it's based on how she's communicating with you, then yes, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I could definitely understand that part when you're talking about public defender.
Yeah, I'm not. Somebody keeps saying that that's still wrong. I disagree. I don't think it's wrong.
This isn't even the point that the other guy was bringing up. The point that he brought up was, as an example, was, the reason why you act this way is because your father left you or because your father abandoned you.
That's the same shit. The reason. Okay, I'll tell you why it's the same thing to me. If you, like I said, the reason why, like, you're addressing the what is happening. So it's two different parts. You're addressing the what. What's happening right now is you are, or me, my communication is off, right? I'm not able to communicate with my wife properly. Now we want to get to the why. He was talking, that part was the why. Why is it happening? Same thing. If they tie it back to something in your childhood or some other past trauma, what is wrong with that? Because the reason why you haven't, the reason why
Who are they to make this assertion?
Your fucking wife.
Are they a psychologist?
Hold on, wait. Chris, hold on. Leo, stop. Yeah, my wife is. I don't know about y'all wives. I know, but I'm saying, and it don't take a psychology degree for you to, hold on. It doesn't.
You shouldn't be trying to diagnose people when you're not qualified.
What did they diagnose you with? What did they diagnose you with?
When I say diagnose, I mean it loosely. I'm basically saying that this is the reason why you act this way.
You should never help people diagnose a problem unless you have a degree in psychology. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, especially not during an argument.
Okay, so it's not, you just don't want it to be done during an argument, which, Chris, I've said to my wife many a times. I've said that exact same thing. And I don't think that that's wrong, by the way. I've said, if you want me to receive what you are trying to tell me, I would like for us to do it when we're not actually having a heated discussion or an argument, because when you do it at that time, it's really hard for me to not take that as an attack. That's what I've told her before, right? I've literally said that before. So I'm with you, right? No, that's not, she still wasn't doing it to attack me though. That's what I'm saying. It was still me, like, it was still me feeling like a way about it. Like I was just being, it was an ego thing. This is what I'm saying. If she does it now, I don't have to be triggered by that. You see what I'm saying? I'm allowing myself to be triggered. That's all I'm saying. So what I was asking her for was like patience so that I can, like, get over my ego. Now, if she says that type of stuff, me being more aware of it, I'm less likely to be triggered if she says that in that time, because I know she's not trying to attack me. She's not trying to tear me down. She's trying to help me.
It's understandable to give your wife grace if she's actually a therapist.
I'm saying remove my wife from it. I'm saying before she was a therapist, the same things were happening. And every single time the issue wasn't her, it was me. it was still me at the end of the day. I was acting out because of whatever past traumas. Hold on, brother.
Assuming in all these cases, the man is the problem.
In most cases, they are.
Yeah, but so women never do anything wrong.
See, that's that gaslighting. I never said women don't do anything wrong.
So then let me ask you this. A woman is doing something that the man perceives as wrong, right? And he calls her out on it. And then she makes the statement, oh, the reason why you feel this way is because your daddy left you. You telling me that's fine.
It depends. I would need to know more context, but it depends.
Okay. So you know all the context and all the cases where men are saying
I'm not, sir. I'm telling you that I've had these discussions. I can only go with what I know, right? What I've heard and what I know personally from my own perspective. I'm saying, right? I'm saying that in 99% of these cases that I've heard from the horse's mouths, the women, in fact, indeed, they were not throwing stuff in that man's face. It was what I described, where it was like, the reason why you are this way is because your past trauma.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll always come to that conclusion, bro.
Well, I would like to go ahead and clock something real quick. Chris said earlier, he said he was not going to treat his woman, his wife, the same way that he treated, coworkers and stuff like that. And we're having a conversation about basic human empathy. And so therefore he views in a feminine mass type way because he related it to his brother or coworker, and coworker can mean masculine type presenting person. And so he's gendering the conversation to speak to a woman in a negative connotation. Oh yeah, no, it's not a thing because, like I said, you keep related to your heterosexual relationship.
It's incredible over here, bro.
Why is he Mr. Hold on. Clarice said Chris Dev has heard this before. Hit dog hollering. Miss Not For Everyone said, lesbian Leo, is that you? Tonight just said men only like harsh truths from men who lied to them. Yep. The harsh truth that men like to hear is all these women, man, they all 304s. That's the harsh truths that women, that's the harsh truths that men want to hear about. That's all these women, man. All these women, they just out to get your money, man. Can't no woman love a man. That's a harsh truth they be talking about. That's the shit they want to hear. Facts and Snack said, women didn't set the expectations men did. You took our matriarch / resources away. So we had to depend on you. Now y'all mad at us for what y'all created. That's the wildest shit. Shorty said, watch out, pub. These men be having crushes on you. It's getting weirder. Shorty said, this man was selling pics. He's big mad. He was selling pics of his wang, of his booty hole. Not even of his wang. His wang I can respect. You was selling pics of your puffy brown eye brother. That was wicked. Shorty Rara said, wow, these West Indian dudes are wild today. Jerome in Seattle said, thank you for keeping me sane in 2024. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for real. All right, go ahead, BBG.
I will say I find it interesting that men will say just blatantly that, women shouldn't be diagnosing them. They're not, she's not a psychologist. She's not qualified to diagnose me, but we'll divulge details in this. They will share their deepest, darkest, most intimate secrets, ideas that they, have never, that they've never shared with anybody else. They'll share business plans. They will share information that they know that they don't ever want repeated to, not even to women who are exclusively in a relationship with them, but sometimes women who they don't know. Sometimes women who they aren't in relationships with. Sometimes those women are coworkers or friends or women that they, have considered sisters or, or cousins or whoever. They will divulge those details to those women and expect that those women will somehow keep those secrets intimately as if they are a psychiatrist or a therapist, and that those women will help them with those details as if they are a psychiatrist or a therapist. But the moment that a woman tells them, hey, these details... That has nothing well, hold on, let me finish.
No, there's nothing to do with it. When
men
confess their feelings and then women don't accept it, it's like, where...
Chill out. You don't know where I'm going. You're a prime example of what exactly it is I mean. Y'all want women to listen to those details, and then when they say, hey, I saw this list, and then you fit a lot of the symptoms of what this diagnosis is, you'll get offended by it. And maybe stop divulging those details, especially since as a man, you already have made it very clear that you're uncomfortable with sharing those things and you're uncomfortable with other people knowing about those things. Me personally, I never share anything that can't be repeated. If I say it, it can be repeated. I don't care who it's about. I don't care what the context is. If I share it, once it has left my mouth, it is okay for, hey, you share it how you gonna share it. Now, I may look at you differently. I may not be around you because you've shared that detail. However, once it's left me to anybody else, that's just what it is. And usually it's also because it's the truth. The other side of that is that y'all be telling women details, overindulging on what the elements of those details are, and then you're mad because now other people know, and you can't even stand on it because you can't remember what the lie was in the first place. So that's something that men have to deal with within themselves, because we got to be honest about the fact that your masculinity is constantly hanging in the balance because of the fact that you have to figure out a way how to validate that at all times, because women don't have to validate their femininity on a consistent basis. They aren't in the fight of their life like y'all are. So if you feel like your masculinity will be threatened by a woman knowing details about you that she can throw back in your face, maybe you should not share those details.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
No man is scared of it.
What'd you say, Leo?
No man is scared of it.
Yeah, right.
No
Hold on.
Scared of any woman.
Hold on. See? And that's why, and here's where the contradictions of men run into each other. Because y'all are the same groups of people that say women's words cut like Ginsu's. How the fuck can you say that women can cut men deep emotionally? I just got off the live. A bunch of men were talking about women abuse men emotionally. Men abuse women physically, which is the same thing. Now you saying no man is afraid of any woman. Shut the hell up. When men are deathly afraid of women. Deathly afraid. If men aren't afraid of women, Leo, if men aren't afraid of women, then why did they create a whole system to oppress them? If men are so
women and men have the same rights in the US.
They don't. I'm not about to have a discussion with you. It's so you always try to derail the conversation. I don't care. Like if you don't know that women are oppressed, so be it. I'm not about to fucking do that.
Women are not getting accountable for their actions. That's why women are acting like that, right?
What
women
actions?
Are but women are not.
For what actions?
Look at all the comments.
What action? I'm not reading the comments. I'm talking to you.
Number one is, like I told you, body count, right?
Oh my God.
Are telling women, right? We don't like women with a high body count.
Nobody cares what you like.
There's no accountability for women to be 304s, right?
There is, because there's a bunch of weird men like you running around talking about they got a high body count. What do you mean there's no accountability for? What do you mean? Like that shit.
I'd like to, I don't know where Leo's trying to take the conversation. I'd like to get back to the actual topic because because BBG just made a statement like,
okay.
So I'm just trying to figure out, do or do not.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on, Chris. I want you to go. Let me read these real quick. Carrie said, just a note to say thank you. Listen to you every day, and I appreciate all you're doing. Appreciate you, Carrie. Bud Mistress said, stop using women as therapists. Problem solved. Your favorite irritation said, men refuse to go to therapy because, like most situations, if they act like their issues doesn't exist, then there is no problem. Reese Scholar said, women got to be nannies, therapists, maids, secretaries, SWs, and now human diaries that men pour their trauma into. Endless labor. Put my two chats on Leo. Bet that's 10 on Leo. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, BBG just said if men don't want women to throw things in their faces, then they shouldn't share things that they don't want shared, essentially. So I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say exactly like that.
Pretty much, though, yeah. I said the same thing 20 minutes ago.
So do women throw things in the men's faces or not?
No. Are we saying generally speaking? Or are we saying like most women? Once again, I'm not speaking in extremes. Like Linda came up here and we already addressed. If we are saying, is there a group of women who will do that to manipulate a man and so on and so forth? Yes. Yep. Now, are we talking about most women, which I'm talking about? No, most women don't do that. Absolutely not.
I mean, I wouldn't even say.
Hold on, let Chris go. Go ahead.
Yeah, I doubt most women have even had the opportunity because most men aren't going to share those deep, vulnerable thoughts to most women. So
exactly. which means that men are.
I thought you were okay. So then that's fine. Then we agree because I thought you were just saying it just doesn't happen.
No. I'm not saying it never happens. Go ahead, BBG.
My husband asked if most men aren't sharing that because most women are throwing that in their face. Then, like, how's that?
It would stop. The cycle would stop at some point
because most men aren't doing it.
Because most men are doing it. So
I guess what he's saying. Most men aren't doing it, but I do think that most men have a secondhand experience. I mean, they've heard other men experiencing it, so it's a fear that they've heard from external sources.
Or, and here's, oh, I got you, Lenny. Or, hear me out. The niggas you hearing it from is lying to you, because that's typically what it is. We know the men love to lie about the thing that they've never seen. Hold on, wait, y'all, wait. Go ahead, T.
Like, do you trust most men? Is the question. Because, like, I've seen and experienced a lot of men that I'm around all face lie about.
BBG husband talking. Go ahead.
Like,
oh, okay.
Like, I was like, bro, like, I was there. That did not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
You can't tell me that you trust me.
Everybody lies, bro. I mean, you choose.
Oh my God.
Like, this idea that you can't believe anything anybody says because people have the ability to lie is crazy.
Nobody's saying that. T asked specifically about men lying.
Yes,
specifically about men lying. I believe women in general. Like, in general, what women say, I'm like, that shit is true. But men, absolutely not. I don't believe men. I don't believe men in general because men be lying. That's what TBA is saying.
But you believe if they say, "Oh, that I was abusive or I was negligent." You'll believe all that. But
yeah, because why would they lie about that? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's look. Hold on, wait, y'all. Wait. Time out. Chris, hold on. Time out. This is like this. This is how I look at men. Men are the FBI, right? Men are the FBI. Me, in my mind, I'm saying I don't believe the FBI at all, right? As a black man in America, I don't have any faith in the FBI, right? Like, just generally speaking, I shouldn't say any. Generally, I have no faith in the FBI. I think the FBI is out to get every single American citizen, black especially, whatever, right? Cool. That's my thing. Now, when I go to the FBI database, or when I go look at statistics on the FBI, if the FBI says that the biggest threat to America are white tea supremacists, I believe the FBI. You know why? Because why the fuck would the FBI lie about that when they are white tea supremacists themselves? You see what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't make any sense for the FBI to lie about that.
Gain your trust?
Huh?
In order to gain your trust?
What do you? That doesn't. What? That's not how it works.
That's what a manipulator will do. In order to gain your trust, they'll lie to make you feel like they're on your side.
You just ran right into the point. That's literally why men do it. That's literally why men do it.
And so what I'm saying is,
Lord help us today.
That's why they do it. That's why they tell us about that's why they tell women about the dog that passed away when they was 12. That's why they tell women about the girl that broke their heart.
That granny.
That's why they tell women about how their mom was.
Chris, you missed what you. Hold on.
Ran right into it.
You ran. Listen to what BPG is saying.
But look at what is happening. Look at BPG throwing things at men's faces right now.
What?
That's exactly the thing. She's throwing things at men's faces right now.
You guys are sick.
What he said, BPG.
Let me step in and examine this. Chris, what exactly did she throw in our faces?
That Leo said that. Leo said that.
Public defender said.
Leo said that. Leo said that.
Oh yeah,
Leo,
you there?
Basically,
what exactly was thrown into our face?
Tell women everything about their emotional distress, right? And she's throwing these things at us like if it's something wrong. You know something, BPG? We need somebody to communicate, right? Men have more aggression than women, right? We need to have that emotional release.
Why is that?
It's nature. It's genetic.
Fuck, I knew you was about to say that stupid shit, man.
We're stronger.
We're
not dominant.
You're not.
Species.
You're not.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
But Leo, I'm stronger than you. And I'm not, well, I might be more aggressive than you too, but that's not why I'm more aggressive than you. It's not because I'm stronger than you. Jeff is probably stronger than me. I don't think Jeff is more aggressive than I am. Hold on. I want you missed the logic, brother. I got a homie that this motherfucker I'm talking about we was in high school. This nigga was 6'3", 330 pounds in high school. 6'3", 330, right? Wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Me, I had been in dozens of fights by the time he fought one time. Not aggressive at all. Way bigger than me, not aggressive at all. Stop saying that men are more aggressive than women simply because we're bigger. That's not how it works. Huh?
Because if he gets into a fight, you will be dead. You'll be alive if he really gets angry. Like, if you think you can beat up a guy that is...
I didn't say he was not aggressive to me. I didn't, sir. I wasn't talking about towards me. I'm saying he wasn't aggressive at all towards anybody. Towards anybody, he wasn't aggressive. I was way more aggressive. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It don't matter how big he was. He wasn't an aggressive person. His temperament, he had a better temperament than I did. Go ahead, Chris.
You asked the question, why would the FBI lie about saying that the biggest threat to America is white tea supremacy? My response to that was to gain your trust.
So, and that's what BPG said, and that's why men lie about these. They have these fabricated, vulnerable moments with women. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. They're actually not telling the truth, right?
You're losing track of the conversation.
I'm not, sir. I hear what you're trying to say. You're asking me. Basically, I'm just gonna put it bluntly. I have discernment. Right? And I don't just do that quickly. Like, why would they lie? But of course, I'm also taking other things into account. But I'm just saying, so that we don't fucking get too off the path. I'm not gonna sit here and explain to you my thought process every single time I see any bit of information from whatever group. Right? I'm just saying that generally speaking, that is one of the biggest things that I look at. Is like, what is the reason that they would lie right now? That's what I'm saying.
So public, if I have a brother or I have a friend that I've been friends with for years, and I've watched how he sort of deals with certain situations when it comes to just regular relationships, his significant other, et cetera, he takes accountability for things that he does. He admits when he's wrong, et cetera, right? And then he says that he told a woman something that in confidence, and she threw it in his face. Why wouldn't I believe him?
Because men be lying. Next question.
Okay, so that means all right, bro. All right, man. All right.
I mean, you can believe your friend personally, right? If you have intimate knowledge of your friend, you know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about when I hear these stories in general, right? Because I've heard them from men on my panel, like me, and I'm not saying you, but men like you and men like Lyndon and Bama and whoever, just men coming up here telling me their stories. And guess what? They be fucking lying. That's all I'm saying. They be lying. So what you expect me to do? After I talk to men this much and I've clocked men, hold on, Chris. Hold on, brother. After I've had this many conversations with men and listened to men lie so much that it's nauseating at this point. At some point, I gotta protect myself, right? Meaning I have to be able to go, okay. The default position for me is whatever a man is saying is probably a fucking lie. That's how much men have lied. To me, that's how much I've lied. Like, that's just how much men just be fucking lying all the time.
That's fine if you don't want to believe random people. But I'm talking about in cases where men have close relationships with other men.
Yeah, fine. Right? You want to believe your homie? Believe him.
Okay.
If you want to believe your homie, believe him. That's fine. I don't.
Do you know why Joe Rogan is so popular, right?
Because people are racist and misogynistic. Next question. The reason what I'm saying is that men that I've seen my personal friends, by the way, I've seen my personal friends say tell me stuff about their relationship with their woman, right? Tell me a situation. Say, man, guess what? This woman was tripping. You know, yesterday we woke up, we were supposed to go pick cherries, and this happened and that happened. And she was like, well, why, did you forget the baskets at home? And I was like, you told me you was going to get that. And I said it just like that. And then she just blew up at me and fucking said, fine, I don't want to go, and walked in it like, okay, cool. So I hear his story and I'm like, damn, that is crazy, right? In my brain, I might not even say it to him like, yeah, damn, that's crazy, right? His wife shows up, we're at an event or whatever, and we start talking about, she'll bring up the same scenario and be like, do you know what this fool just did last week? what happened, right? If you friends with your friends, right, y'all couples, groups and shit, we be talking about our problems in front of each other. She will then start to tell us her version of the story. But the difference is she's telling us her version right in front of this nigga. He told me his version when she wasn't there. She's telling me her version. The whole time he ain't corrected her once. He ain't said, nah, that's not true. It didn't happen like that. Nothing. He literally, she'll get through the whole fucking story. He won't object to any fucking thing. Now I'm looking at this nigga like, you had me thinking your wife was in the wrong. Whole time she was 100% right and you was tripping, right? I've literally had that conversation with my friends. So guess what? And this was 10 years ago. After years and years and years of that, I eventually came to the conclusion you cannot trust men in general, even your friends. You can't until and I've literally just got done telling one of my close peoples. I said, hey man, I love you to death, but I only believe half the shit you tell me. I told him, he said, you do? And I said, yeah. This is not the first time I told him this, by the way, but I told him, I said, I only believe half the shit you tell me. And I'm not calling you a liar. I'm saying it may be his perception. You know what I'm saying? It could be all types of stuff. I don't know. It could be unintentional. It could be intentional. I think it's intentional, but whatever though. I'm giving him the out. I don't know if you're intentionally lying. I'm just telling you that every single fucking time when I hear your wife tell me the same story you told me, her shit makes more sense. You don't push back against it. I get a clearer picture with what she said. When you say it always seems like she did everything wrong, you did everything right. When she says it, she'll take some accountability for what she did, and she'll tell me about what you did at the same fucking time.
I don't believe anybody that always never does anything wrong. That's sort of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that actually admit to the wrongdoings that they do.
Then believe them, Chris.
They need to improve on.
Then believe them. Right? Believe them.
And then also,
but Chris, you've not done anything wrong on this app. So who should we believe?
Believe him.
So who should we believe?
What are you talking about?
He said you don't take accountability when you're wrong. Erica said, Chris, stop using extremes to try to combat. Hold on. Erica said, Chris, stop using extremes to try to combat logic. Tanaja said, so now one of you hoes have firsthand experience with this subject, but y'all still need to believe it. I could start a cult with y'all. It already been started. They in it. Bud Mistress said, if these men have close male friends, why is there a male loneliness epidemic that they want women to fix? No thanks. Go to your male friends for support. Clarice said, Leo only disagreeable to have human interaction. Jesus fucking Christ. Reese Scholar said, oh, we already did that one. Okay, cool. We caught up. Okay, go ahead. I want Chris to finish what he's saying, and Lyndon. Oh, Lyndon, you can go and then let Chris go. Go ahead, Lyndon.
So this is the thing. There is an accountability problem in our community. Accountability problem where men don't hold men accountable. Accountability problem where we are seeing women don't hold women accountable. Mm-hmm. And I say that to say this. If I'm literally friends, for me personally, if I'm literally friends with a woman I know literally that she is a married woman, if I can't literally be friends with your husband, then we can't be friends at all, because that will just create some unnecessary problems. Now, here's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, for me personally, I will not take anything at face value until I take my time to do that due diligence. How many of us in our communities are actually taking the time to do that? Because probably different. I hear what you're saying. You ain't want to trust anything until you are able to validate what the other side is saying.
I be listening to Lenny. You missing what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I listen when women tell me shit. When women talk about their relationships, I typically believe them. Like, I'm not saying they are 100% accurate. I'm not saying that, but I get the essence of what they're like. I'm like, okay, the spirit, right? I'm like, okay, I believe it, right? I know there's two sides to every story. I'm sure if I spoke to your mate or your spouse or whatever, they would add some context to it, whatever, right? Fine. I'm not denying that. But for the most part, I hear what they're saying and I believe them. And then the thing about what women are saying, what I'm saying that I want the men to understand, the studies prove it. Reality proves it. Like, what they are saying about men, I see. I have observed from men to me. The things that women say that they experience in their relationships with men, I experience in my interactions with men. You see what I'm saying? It's really hard for men to sell that lie to me personally, when I am like I'm living a lot of women's experiences by dealing with so many men and by talking to so many men as much as I do. And I'm sitting there going, there's no way in hell that all of these women are lying, right? This is where I started. Then I'm listening to the men and I'm like, oh, the men actually just be fucking lying like all the time. Like they just would say the opposite of the truth. Whenever it's convenient, they'll just say the opposite of the truth. They'll muddy the waters. They'll do the whataboutism. It goes both ways. Women are just as bad. Like they'll do that. They'll pull that rabbit out of that hat every fucking chance they get. That's what I'm noticing. And I'm like I've been saying, it doesn't make sense logically to think that in a relationship, you're not doing any of that. You're just doing that on TikTok for free.
So what I'm saying is for me personally, I prefer to literally examine the information, the evidence, because let's face it, people have a tendency to lie. Mm-hmm. And before I'm able to directly make an articulate judgment based on the information, I wouldn't just, for me personally, I wouldn't literally just base it on the fact that you've literally just said something. Unless you're choosing not to confront it, that's a total different ball. That's literally just for me personally. Because I've lived in a community where I've seen persons literally lie on both sides. You
don't think I've ever seen a woman lie? That's not what I'm saying, Lyndon. Of course, I've seen women lie before.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying literally for me, I personally hold the position that before I take what you're saying to me into heart, I prefer to examine that information myself and then make a conscious decision. Yeah?
Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah.
I think the sad reality is men don't know men.
I didn't even see you in the thing.
Men do not know men. Like they do not know.
Jones in the thing.
Women's experiences with men in intimate relationships and men's experiences with men as friends are two different people. They are completely opposite people. And I think the odd reality is women are just more willing to accept that men have both of those sides than men are, because they really only see the one side. Like I have seen men who my uncles, by all intents and purposes, my dad's friends were all trash. Every last, like, love them to death. They were all trash. Mm-hmm. However, they were amazing uncles to us. And I don't mean that by like the stretch of imagination at all. My goddaddy was quick to either run up on somebody if he even thought we were disrespected. He was a big, huge dude. He was like 6'5", pushing, 300 something pounds. He was a biker. He had enemies all across the doggone city. However, when Easter would come, he would come with these big, huge wicker baskets full with full-size candy bars and Barbie stuff for days. These are the same kind of people where when the man unalived, people were nervous about who to invite to his funeral because they were scared that somebody was going to do something to the body in the casket. Like, that's how bad it was. But men can't accept that these two types of men live in the same body. And honestly, even speaking with women who are DV survivors, the same men that they talk about are beloved. They the star football player. They a deacon at a church. They are well known in the community. They do all of these amazing things. These are the same kind of men who were coming home and terrorizing their families. And if you talk to those men, they will tell you, oh, well, she deserved it because of A, B, C, D, whatever. They will come up with just like outrageous reasons for why it is he had to discipline his wife. And we see it on TikTok. We see men who can't control themselves. The funniest part about your lives to me is that every single time you have women on the panel, the women will stay on mute until it's their time to speak. Mm-hmm. They usually don't yell. They usually don't get irate. But every single time, even a simple conversation, some of them times y'all be agreeing with each other and the men still have to yell over each other. They still got to yell. And
agree.
No, because hold on, no. And I'm like, he's agreeing with you though. Like y'all both dumb, but he's agreeing with you and you yelling over him. So you can imagine that if you're in a relationship with somebody like that, what that's like. So it's very laughable to me that men can't grasp the concept of the man who's telling you these stories about this woman also was in a relationship with this woman and has a completely other side to him.
Oh, that was a waste of 5 minutes of the conversation, BPG.
Yeah, of course. Had to say something misogynist, I guess.
Thank you, Chi-Chi. I love you too.
It had to say something misogynist.
Yeah, you had to discount all of that.
You don't really care.
Every bit of that.
You know, that's how you know that you're a super insecure person. You know what I'm saying? All of the things that she said were factual and accurate, and then he was like, "That's a waste of 5 minutes."
Anyway, all the information, what we already know.
That, you know what that shit is? That everything that BBG just said sounds like BTK to me.
Right. Hey, yo, that even remind. What's the name of that group?
Which one?
That Menudo.
Menudo.
Leo, no practice to go to or something.
Hey man, that was Ricky. That was Ricky at his best, man. He was popping him in his row.
Practice to go to or something. Anyways,
You
I just want to say,
Rodriguez alone, okay?
right, when I seen your
The little Latin boy in drag who's crying, and we should comfort him.
Because you're putting a man, BG. Women are throwing things at a man, and you're putting exactly the point.
Look, honey, that little Latin boy in drag is crying.
Honey,
Why is that little Latin boy in drag crying?
I saw your background. I immediately laughed.
why?
Because, well, one, we kind of addressed this at when I was in LA. We talked about this for a second.
Yep.
But anywho, I'm not going to get into that. I need you to view the footage and let me know if there's anything that you need me to edit out or change before it goes to post.
Okay.
But anyways, yo, I do this shit. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
You do this?
And yep. I'm going to say but it's not to absolve myself of any of the impact of it.
Mm-hmm.
But because of, you know what I'm saying, like certain neurospicy tendencies, like I will bring up a situation to ask for clarification so that I have understanding, so that moving forward, right, I don't have to ask this question again. But I still do it often.
You mean like with your partner or with other people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In general.
In general, yeah.
Bro. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'm like, hold on. So you mean to tell me that when this situation happens, this is okay, but when this happens, this is not okay? Help me bridge the gap here.
Got you.
But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? I can understand for people around me how frustrating that can be, especially when those things aren't done to me.
That's okay. I like that. That's a good take. Shit. I don't think I got a good enough memory. I don't be remembering it. I think that's my problem. You can get away with murder with me. My memory about it, I got the memory of a fucking fish. I don't remember shit. Damn, okay. So we got a man that admits to doing it. Look at that. Of course it would be Mr. Jones. None of the other men do it. I know.
I definitely do that shit.
Do what?
Throw things in your mate's face or other people's face. Bring up old shit. Weaponize it as a way to manipulate them. Whatever.
I've definitely done that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know the allies were taking accountability. I mean, I got several stories from back in the day.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I can tell you a whole bunch of stories. Oh yeah,
we can go down the path for sure. But I mean, I could definitely.
With my oldest son's mom, son's mom, bro. Anytime she did anything that I thought was, you know what I'm saying, offensive, half the time I wouldn't even tell her that she did something to offend me. I would just go get revenge.
Damn.
My biggest thing would be like something big would happen. I'd be like, hey, can we work on this? And she'd be like, yep, we're gonna work on it. And then 6 months later, she would do the smallest thing that related to that thing, and I would blow up like she did that thing. Like she didn't work through, like we didn't work through stuff as a
big
couple
facts,
and all
bro.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I got way more upset about the smallest thing because I wasn't processing.
Sitting around waiting for them to fuck up.
Exactly. I was like, yep, there you go, right there. That's my time to shine, right there. Here's my misogyny. Let me show you something.
Hey, that's a known thing. That's a known thing right there too. Like I've definitely done that too, because you just haven't processed the bigger issue yet. You know what I'm saying? Like you just haven't processed it. And then like, so everything pisses you off at that point. That's
right. So even when you talk here, it has a lot to do with maturity, but also like emotional regulation and emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be mature on the outside and carry yourself as an adult in the world, right? But that doesn't mean that you have like the EQ necessary to unpack, you know, what your actual emotions are, how you actually feel about a thing. And so something that, you know what I'm saying, may be very simple, like Leo yesterday when he kept saying let them go to the bar, let them go to the thing, so on and so forth. Like if when I was younger, like if somebody I was dating, you know what I'm saying, like went out and didn't tell me that they were going out or whatever, I used to take it as a personal affront. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, that's crazy. You're just going to go out with your friends and you ain't even telling me that you're going out? Well, shit, I'm about to go to D.C. and get, you know what I'm saying, white boy wasted. Like, if we going to do this, we all going to do this, right? But you know, obviously, I was in my 20s. That's not an issue, you know, in my 40s. Like, you about to go out? Hey, listen, be safe. I'll see you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go home and, you know, make me a plate and go to sleep.
Yep. I couldn't wait. I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna watch. Hey, back then I was gonna throw that corn up on the big screen. Cause normally, you gotta watch it on your phone. Nah, when she leave, I'm about to. What time you gonna be back? Okay. I'm about to have the volume up and everything. I'm gonna hear all the moans and groans. I'm about to watch that motherfucker on there. Oh yeah, in HD. That's what I don't know what y'all talking about. We was popping.
To add a side note too, that when men talk about women throwing stuff back up in their face, they also mean the stuff that they have done. The stuff that they have done to her is usually what.
That's what I'm BBG. That's what I'm talking about. They'll bring up the shit like you did this and you still are doing this, and then they'll be like, "Oh, here you go, bringing up old shit." Like, nigga, when
you're still actively participating in the behavior,
you're doing the thing.
Like, okay, but I'm still dealing with the fact that you cheated on me and you tried to get with my sister. Like that's something that I still kind of deal with. Yeah, but how we gonna move forward if you harboring all this? Hey, like, sir, this was a month ago. This was not like this wasn't in the past.
Also, men don't understand that it don't matter at whatever point in time. If you don't show contrition, if you don't show repentance, and if you don't show like you're actually change behavior, the wound is going to remain open. It ain't once again, it's all it is to me, it's an example of how men project what men do onto women. When a woman does something to us, right, and we feel some type of slight against her, don't let it actually be right. She could change her behavior. We gonna throw that shit in her face. That's what I'm saying men do. We gonna throw that shit in her face all the time as a way to shame her and to manipulate her, right? But when you do that, when you think about that, when men do that shit, when the other way around, right? When like BBG brought up, like with cheating or whatever, trying to recover from, you know, getting cheated on or whatever, women are just looking at it like, okay, I could forget about this if you would change your behavior. I could let this go. I could grow up. I could move past this if you were to change your behavior. And wait, you told me you would change your behavior, and that's the reason why I took you back. Is because you promised me you were going to change your behavior. Now, where's that change? Now, where is that? I'm still waiting on my change, right? And men are like, oh, well, you just won't let it go. You keep bringing it up. And every single time we get into an argument, you damn fucking right. You're damn fucking right I am. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I'm good, man. I didn't have anything. That's
okay.
Just speak to that.
So the question remains: if behavior is changed and the issue is being brought up still after the behavior is changed, is it accountability or is it literally throwing it in your face?
What I feel like is this: if you have wronged a person, you don't get to tell them when to get over it.
That part.
That's just
absolutely not.
That's just like if they want to hold on to that shit for the rest of the now, you have a choice, Lyndon. You have a choice. You wronged that person. That person didn't. You feel like you've done the work and they still aren't over it. Now you can leave them. Right now, you could be like, you know what? I just can't take it because I feel like I've done the work and I feel like we're just never going to get over. You could choose to leave them in that instance. You can, but if you stay, you can't turn around and be like, oh, why you still bringing up old shit? You did it. Why did you do it?
Well, hold on. So you don't think it's fair, right, that you've made the changes and you've shown the changes for a considerable amount of period, whatever you may perceive that to be, right? and your significant other has stated that they want to work through the things that they want to, you know, continue the relationship and move past whatever it is that you did. You don't think it's fair to say that we need to work on moving past this? Like, you keep bringing it up is not helping us move past it. You don't think
you can, Chris, listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say it's not fair. I said you can leave. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
If you're trying to work on the relationship, right, and they want to work on the relationship, maybe they're not realizing that there's an emotional trigger there, so we need to work through
that you caused. That's my point. You caused the trigger. But no.
Can I ask you a question, Chris? Really quickly, because you said a considerable amount of time. Who gets to determine how much time a person needs to heal from
whatever,
whether it be one incident or a series of incidents or something that you perpetually did? How long is enough time? If you were doing, you know what I'm saying, if you was doing fuckboy shit for 2 years, how much time after that 2 years where you decided you're gonna stop being a fuckboy should it take for them to heal? What do you think is enough time?
It's not about how much time it takes them to heal. How much time it takes them to heal is not something that you can control. What I'm talking about is how you interact within the relationship.
What I'm saying is that once you have betrayed the person, you have to make this decision. You have to make this decision that things will never be like, there is a good chance that things will never be the same. Right?
I want to preface what I'm about to say that I'm not talking about women in this scenario. I'm just speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not using
it's not gender
part as a metaphor, right? Mm-hmm. No, I'm just saying, like, if you have a child, right, that comes from an abusive home, when they grow up, a lot of times they can be skittish. Like, if you raise your hand, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
raise your voice, they can get jumpy. Mm-hmm. If you have a dog, right, you know what I'm saying, and that dog came from an abused, you know what I'm saying, like home, and you adopted it, yeah, and like you raise your voice, you walk too hard in the house, the dog might be afraid, you know what I'm saying, might cower down and stuff like that. If you have a dog and you personally, you know what I'm saying, were being abusive to said animal, and then the dog one day, you know what I'm saying, like you come home and you think the dog should be happy to see you, you go to pet it and it bites you in the hand because it's not sure if you're going to hit him or not. Like, I don't understand what you guys don't understand about, you know what I'm saying, like how these scenarios play out. You have literally changed people's neural pathways with your behavior, and that you want their neural pathways to be changed by you just saying, hey, you know, take whatever time is necessary to get over it, instead of changing your behavior and doing different things, being a better person, being a better human, being a better, you know what I'm saying, partner.
Well, I think more to Chris's point is, if you are and have changed your behavior, right? He's saying like, well, what do you do then? But Jones, you just said the thing. You said that the neural pathways have been changed forever. Therefore, you need to adjust. As the person that wronged the other person, now you have to adjust. Now you have to go, okay, I know that I cheated on them. I know that I have abused them. More than likely, they will never act the same again. And if you can't accept that, then you should leave. But you should never turn it around and be like, when you gonna get over it? I feel like I've done enough.
But my point is that as Chris or Lyndon or Pauldo or Leo or myself, like, we can't be the judge of whether or not our behavior changed.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
In the correct manner. So that's why I said, how long does it take, and who gets to determine whether the behavior has changed or not?
The person that got abused.
I'm not stating that you can determine how long it takes. All I'm saying is,
if you've been acting, you know what I'm saying, or if your behavior's changed.
But you are saying, Chris, that's literally what you're saying. In your scenario, that's the only way.
I think it's unreasonable to make this statement that I understand that you're still hurt from what I did, but we have to find a way for us to be able to move past it. If not, then this isn't going to work.
How is it us when look, it didn't take both of y'all for you to harm them. So how does it take both of y'all for y'all to get through this? See what I'm saying?
Well, because the individual that did the hurting has to change has to behave in whichever way
exactly
makes the other person feel comfortable.
That's it.
Right, but the other person has to also do some work too.
No, they don't.
What?
No, they don't. What? What work do they got to do?
You can't continue to hold.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Think about all the things that they did over and over and over again. Not
then leave.
The changes that they made.
Then leave. Then leave.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But then that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're trying to work on the relationship, if you don't, if you just want to leave, then yeah, of course you can just leave.
You're not trying to work on the relationship. You're trying to get them to forget what you did. That's what I'm saying.
No, not forget, forgive. There's a difference.
They already forgave you, but they ain't gonna they're not gonna forget. So meaning they're going to act accordingly.
Wait, how are you forgiving them if you're still bringing it up?
Do you know the difference between forgive and forget? Right? So you can forgive a person. When people say I forgive, but I don't forget, that means that they are going to treat you accordingly forever. They forgave you for it. There's no grudge, but you think they're gonna trust you ever again? No.
Because you don't get the benefit. You don't get the benefit of that blind trust. That's the best part about being a human and being in a relationship. I tell people all the time, you don't have to earn my respect, but you surely can lose it. Like you start off with 100%.
Yep.
But as you talk, as you behave, as you do different things, you can lose it as you go along. The problem is that a lot of people are perfectly fine with inflicting harm and then wanting the other person to lift the load for the harm that they have committed. You cannot. Now, granted, you don't have to stay in that relationship, but you cannot make somebody else be accountable for the experiences that they have had of you when you have caused them harm. Now, me personally, I don't care about holding no grudges. I hold a grudge like I hold a bag, like I hold hands, like I hold a baby. I don't care about holding grudges.
I love holding grudges.
It's my favorite thing to hold.
I love holding grudges. It keeps me safe.
It's amazing.
Every grudge I hold keeps me safe. I love them.
To lay under, they like weighted blankets. It's absolutely
So let me see if I understand this correctly. I cheated on my girlfriend in 2001.
Okay.
It became a messy situation, and I realized that, hey, Lyndon, you are the problem. You need to literally work on that. And she decided that she will stay, right?
Okay.
And over that course of 5 years, we've been doing the work, putting in the therapy, etc., etc. And, we made those certain actions to change up into that course of the relationship.
Okay.
And then, now after that period of, let's say, 10 years, we are now talking about, probably the avenue of moving forward, etc. My question is, should the person still hold that information against if the work was done? Because we're actually talking about the work being done.
Yes.
So it's a conflict, right? So here's what I'm saying, and I get that, but that still will at some point will make that relationship literally unhealthy. And let me tell you why.
Then leave.
If we're talking, so here that's what I'm saying.
This is so funny to me.
Hear what I'm saying?
Okay.
If literally a woman is saying she got cheated on, and the situation is the man cheated and he was the wrong party, and she decided to stay to work on the relationship for the relationship to be better. We're talking about now a course of 5 to 7 years where behavior has changed and some measure of healing has taken place. If we're talking about now holding that same behavior against that person, what was done 5 years ago or 10 years ago, then it will directly deflect that healing process of. You
know what I think? When I hear, but Lyndon, hold on, wait. When I hear you guys talk about this from this perspective, when I hear you like keep trying to go back to like, oh, like she basically like. She needs to get over it pretty much. I'm trying to tell you that shows me that you actually didn't do enough work. I'm not saying you didn't do any work, but you didn't do enough. Because if you really did the work, you would come out on the other end and you would fully understand why they are doing what they're doing. The fact that you keep going, well, at some point it becomes unhealthy. You mean your actions? You mean the thing you did? That's not on them. That's what you did. You are 100. I just want to tell you something. If you disrespect a person, right, and you harm a person, whatever happens after that is on you. You did that. Whatever reaction you get from them, you did it. 100% on you. That's all I'm trying to tell. I don't know how more clear I can be on this. It is 100% your fault. Even if it happened 7 years later, like my boy, I mentioned this a bunch of times. My homie got pew, right? One of my childhood friends, he got pew. He did not unalive from the pewing. Not that day, not a month later, not 6 months later. 3-4 years later, he ended up having complications from the bullet, the fragments that were still inside of him, right? And he ended up unaliving. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could, at the autopsy, you know what I'm saying, when they did his autopsy or whatever, and they determined, you know, the reason, the cause for death, it didn't say because he got pewed. It said kidney failure. It said whatever else. But all of that was brought on by the pewing. That's what I'm saying. So if the relationship ends or the person never heals up, it is not them. It was always the pew. It was always the thing that you initially did that led to the destruction. That's all I'm saying.
Because once you lie to somebody,
there's no repairing then.
Huh?
When you lie to somebody,
that's not true.
I was gonna say
somebody and you mistreat them and you misuse them, you put them in a state where it's not just that they question whether or not you're telling the truth about, you know, who you with. Now they have to question everything because you're not being truthful, especially the process of cheating. You have to lie about so much that it gets to a point where once that person has found out or discovered it, now they have to question every single thing you've ever done. Because you told me that you love me, you told me that you appreciate me, you told me I was the center of your world and all of this other stuff that, you know, niggas love to say. Mm-hmm. Now I have to question whether or not that was true. How often were you telling this other person that? When you said that you had to go to this, but you really were over here, how often were you telling me that? So when you had that meeting the other week, does that mean that you were also lying about that? You put that person in a constant state of questioning the very environment that they are consistently in. It makes reality seem disjointed. So when you put a person that you would claim to love or care about deeply or whatever in that state, you have opened the door for them to not be able to trust you. And yes, it will continuously come up because they have to leave those signs open for the possibility that, is this a symptom of something that's bigger or is this really them telling the truth? You do the same thing with your health. A person who has had cancer, if it goes into remission, that doesn't mean that for the rest of their life, they just good. They have to continuously check on that. They have to continuously look out for symptoms and figure out, okay, is this a bigger thing or is this something small? Is this something that I can just brush off or something that's temporarily happening? Or is this something that I have to take more seriously? It's the same exact thing with that process of a relationship. The real issue is that honestly, y'all don't want to be truthful about the fact that you have the ability to walk away from that person after you have lied to them and give them the ability to just completely move on from you. Instead, you would like to continue to gaslight them in that relationship and continue to be dishonest and argue with them about whether or not they should continue to trust you.
Right, BG, I definitely get what you're saying, and I don't take away any of those points. Here's literally what I'm saying to you. We're talking about the avenue of doing the work and getting to the point of healing.
Hey, LaShonda, I'm gonna rotate you. Come back.
Persons can directly give some information to bad things they have been through relationships, and literally we get that. When we're talking about this stage of probably going to a counselor, going to a psychologist, we're talking about therapy that should be able to help the process of the relationship, because again, you're dealing with something that needs to be corrected in the relationship. Now, for me personally, I normally will say to persons literally, if the situation is that person doesn't literally want to work on the relationship, I get that. What I'm trying to find out is, because we're talking about based on the topic that says throwing back something in your face or saying maybe you had a problem of drinking, and I just going back to that point that we made earlier on. What I'm saying is, if literally the situation is I need to get help and I have gotten help to the point that we are still in a relationship after 10 years, which is not an issue.
Hold on, let Lyndon go and then you can go, Leo. Go finish, Lyndon.
Which is not an issue in the relationship after the period of 10 years. Can that person still hold that against me?
Yes.
If we're talking about correcting behavior,
Lyndon. The answer to your question will always be yes. Just so you know, it will always be yes. And if you are in, you never, I don't know how you guys don't understand this. It's super easy. As soon as you wrong the person, like I said, whatever happens moving forward, you have to take accountability for it.
It's on you, cuz.
That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Hold on. So you're telling me you don't have to take responsibility for it anymore? You can just wash your hands. You can absolve yourself. You can absolve yourself of anything that you've done.
I'm gonna just say this: if you want to have a healthy relationship, then no, you can't do that. But if you don't care about having a healthy relationship, then yeah, you can do whatever you want.
If you're gonna spend 10 years or more with somebody who you have cheated on, and you think that that person is not worth reassuring for those 10 years, you don't need to be with that person. You still
that part.
I never said that the person don't need to be reassured. Never said that. I said
she didn't say that about you, Lyndon. She just said it in general about anybody it applies to.
Head dogs be screaming.
Anybody it applies to, brother. It could be you, could be anybody else.
Then they can ask, why did you cheat?
Good question. Lyndon, he asked you, why did you cheat? Yeah, he asked you, why did you cheat?
Oh, no. I've never cheated.
Oh, okay. So it was a hypothetical. He just made up a year and a time.
What was the whole point of this conversation, bro?
It was but his question was not unreasonable.
It was very reasonable. Yeah. No, I was saying it was reasonable. Yeah.
Now the response, you know what I'm saying, from both him and Chris, I think are a little bit unreasonable, though.
Very.
What about what I said is unreasonable?
Okay. Do we have to go back through the entirety of the thing?
No, I just want you to go over what I said.
Sure. Okay. No, not a problem. You think, right, that there should be a specific amount of time, and
I didn't say that.
When I asked you, did you clarify?
I never said a specific amount of time.
Sure.
I never said that.
So then do I need to ask the question yet again?
I was about to say, ask him again, then, so we can know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who gets to determine, right, whether or not you have changed, and how long it takes before, you know what I'm saying, they feel comfortable?
The person that was wrong.
Okay, there you go. All right, good. All right. I'm glad we got there.
And when wait. Can I ask him another question?
Sure.
So now that you acknowledge that it's the person that was wrong, then let's turn it back on you. And when do you get to say, oh, that's enough time? They should be healed by it.
When do you get to say what?
The person that did the wronging, when do you get to determine the person who cheated or whatever, who did the wronging? Whatever wrongdoing. Yeah. All right. So when do you get to determine that, oh, this is too much? See, it's taking too long. When do you get to say that?
Whenever you want.
You contradicting yourself. That's why I asked you the question.
No,
See how that's a contradiction?
No, because what I'm saying is you can choose to leave.
That's a literal contradiction, brother.
It's not.
That's literally what Pop said earlier, though. Like, if you can't deal with the repercussions of whatever it is you've done, then
you can leave.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if both parties want to have a healthy relationship, then there has to be a point where this stops happening.
At what point is that? And who gets to determine that point, Chris?
That's not the point that I'm making.
That is the point. That's the point. That's the point.
Legitimately is.
That is literally the point.
Trying to convey the whole time.
No, it isn't.
That is the point. Yes, because
I'm not saying there has to be a date on it. I'm saying that this is what we need to work towards.
who are you to tell them? I'm sorry, this pissed me off, and this ain't never even happened to me. Who are you to tell them that this is what we need to be working towards after you fucking did the wrong? After you were the wrongdoer.
Trying to have a healthy relationship, so you can't have common sense. Like, what are we saying here?
Common sense. How is this anything? What does this have to do with common sense?
In order to have a healthy relationship, it has to be healthy. You can't bring
coming from the person who created the unhealthy relationship. Hush.
Well, why you assuming I'm the one that does?
In this scenario, Chris, I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm saying in this scenario, you are the person. You're speaking for the person.
Outside looking in.
Sir, you are speaking for the person that did the wrongdoing. That's what I'm saying. You're not speaking for the.
I'm speaking for both of them.
No, you're not.
I've been in the shoes of that person.
Who?
Of the person that was wronged.
Okay. And how long did it take for you to get over it? Did you ever get over it?
Yes, I got over it.
Okay.
I'm still with them.
You're still with them. Okay. And at what and what did they do? I'm sorry. They did the things that you needed to see them do for you to get over it, correct?
There wasn't really much that they could do.
What do you mean?
What?
Like, because what? Okay, so we were together. We lived together for a while. I ended up moving, right? Because I had to find another job elsewhere, right? And they stayed where they were at. They were in the military. I just got out of the military, right? So I moved. They started having a relationship. As far as I know, and I believe them, they never were intimate with this person, but they started having a relationship with somebody else. Okay. So it was basically text conversations. I think they met with them 1 or 2 times. Okay. So I saw that so when we went on a vacation, I ended up seeing the text messages. Like she wanted me to take pictures to do text her while I was holding the phone. And so that's how I found out. Okay.
Sorry. What happened? Say it again. Man, why is my brain like this? Tell me the story again, Chris. I'm sorry. What happened?
She wanted me to take we were on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted me to take pictures of her on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As I'm taking the pictures, the dude texts her. And that's how I found out.
God damn.
Chris, that woman?
God damn it.
You're still with your girlfriend after she cheated on you?
Yeah. So anyway, so what I'm saying is like, I don't know what they could have done different than what they were.
Obviously did it, right? It's pretty obvious they did it.
Nah, listen.
Hold on, let Chris finish, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let Chris finish.
You just drop and go. You find out a different one. It's that simple, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's just done and over with, bro. You ain't got.
I know. I'm like, he got kids. They married now and shit. What you talking about? What are you gonna do now? Yeah. They locked in.
So what I'm saying is, I can't really think, and maybe I'm just not. It was a long time.
Of course, she did stuff to make you feel better. Of course, she did.
Think of what it would have been. It was like 6-7 years ago, so I can't.
She changed her behavior. Obviously, she changed her behavior.
I don't know what.
Is she still texting that dude?
Of course not.
Okay, that's one of the things she did right there. She did shit.
I know, unless I was constantly checking her phone.
Hold on, Chris, what is cheating? What exactly is cheating? I'm curious. What is cheating?
What do you mean? What is
cheating? What is cheating?
Betraying someone's trust.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be physical, you know what I'm saying, interactions with them of any kind?
No.
It doesn't have to be, no.
Gotcha.
Not in my book, at least.
So what did the text message say?
Dude, this is years ago, bro. But there was definitely like, he was like saying, when you gonna come see me or again and all this type of stuff. Like, it was definitely like, there were heart, the emojis were, the
emojis were emoji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the inappropriate emojis, all that type of stuff. Like it was definitely not where it was just so,
And had you done anything prior to that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So you were the perfect
victim.
You know what I'm saying? Partner.
I'm not perfect. No.
You were doing all the right things.
What do you mean? Like, I'm not perfect.
Making sure that you gave them a safe space, to talk about their feelings.
Showed up for them emotionally.
Like being emotionally available, healed, going to, to therapy and all of those things.
I mean, we had
were you going to therapy? I'm not talking about we. I'm talking about you.
At that current time, no, I had been to therapy before though.
But you weren't currently in therapy.
No. I mean, look. Was I the perfect boyfriend? No. But I don't know what that has to do with. I don't know what that has to do with. Like that doesn't. I don't know what that has to do with.
Let me tell you what I know for certain. Let me tell you what I know for certain.
Sure.
Let me tell you what I know for certain. I know for certain that women, right, are not running around having inappropriate relationships with other people unless the person that they're with has given them good reason to. Women aren't leaving good men. They're not.
Not leaving good generally speaking,
Jones, here's the thing
for sure.
We weren't in. I was in Alabama. She was in. Where was she?
I know it was. That's what I'm saying. Even in your scenario, there is obvious neglect that was happening.
No excuse for cheating.
Sir.
No, it was just long distance. At the
it
time.
was, which will lead to neglect.
It's not. I mean, I guess it's neglect. It wasn't intentional.
It doesn't impact intent. Two different things.
Saying long distance just so it's okay to cheat on somebody.
I'm not saying, Chris. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that it could have been. Hear me out. Here's what I'm saying, Chris. And Jones, you can let me know if this makes what you were saying. What I'm getting from this is that there were circumstances where it was the reason why, like, you're like, oh yeah, I got through it and da 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 da. It wasn't like she just betrayed you out of nowhere, or just like it just came out of left field. Like, oh man, it wasn't that, right? It was really, y'all was in a long distance relationship. You were neglecting her. She wasn't getting what she needed from you emotionally. Also, how does she have time to text another nigga if you always texting her? How she got time to talk to another nigga if you always talking to her, right?
I mean, well, I can explain that. Like, you can text two people at one time, for one. You can text multiple people at one time.
No, I know, but it's not a literal question. I'm saying, my thought is, more than likely, you weren't calling her.
No, hold on. This is not on you. Don't blame Chris. She cheated.
I'm not blaming Chris. She cheated. No. Hold on. Hold on. I want to make this abundantly clear. Cheating is fucking cheating, Chris. I'm not making the excuse for her. I'm just saying that the way that Chris is describing it, right? I'm saying, I think a big reason why y'all worked through it and all of that stuff was because it was a simple fix. It was a ration. It was rational. You understood. You was like, okay.
She was honest about it. I mean, the reason why she told me she did it was because because we weren't together.
She felt neglected. Exactly.
She felt lonely.
She felt neglected. Yes. And you knew that you played a part in that. So you had to change your behavior to, you know what I'm saying? And you knew in your mind, you knew if I change my behavior, this will never happen again. So that's what I'm saying. That's all I've been trying to say. And that's what Mr. Jones was getting to. That's what I'm saying. It's not like the woman just fucking cheated on you and betrayed your trust because she just saw a cute nigga on a cute dude online. That ain't what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the word, I mean, I guess it's technically true. The word neglect is giving me, I mean,
it is what it is. I know it sounds harsh, but it just.
Yeah, we can't go on vibes, bro. We got to go off.
Yeah, it was the literal definition. That's what you did. You neglected her.
To me, neglect feels intentional.
No, mothers neglect their children. The number one form of abuse from mothers, from any parent, is neglect, right? But when mothers do it, it's because it is usually happening in single parent households where women are doing the vast majority of the labor outside the home, and then they're exhausted and can't do the labor on the inside of the home, right? Or there's too much on their plate, because their partner isn't helping them inside the home, and they end up neglecting the kids because they're doing all this shit for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's typically what's happening, right? But it's still neglect. It ain't like the mama's just on some like, fuck them kids. That's not what the kids think. But the kids, it doesn't matter. The kids don't know. They just feel the neglect. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When they get older, in your case, what happened is, right, you're the kid who you knew that your mama wasn't neglecting you because she didn't love you. You knew your mama wasn't neglecting you because she just didn't want to fuck with y'all. You knew that it was, you figured it out when you got older. You was like, yeah, the damage is done. I still feel the pain, but I can forgive her because I know she wasn't doing it for for these malice, selfish reasons, right? It was because she needed to take care of us, blah, 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 blah. Same thing in your case. You know that the reason why your wife or girl at the time, she cheated on you was because of your actions. So you were like, cool, I can correct my end, she gonna correct her end, and all will be good moving forward. Bam. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's the difference in most cases. Now you flip now. Let's play that same scenario out for a man. Men will cheat on the mother of their children that's taking care of everything at home, that's doing everything for them at home, that's fucking them 3-4 days a week, and that nigga will still cheat. Kanye said it best. Kanye said, I could have me a Naomi Campbell, it still might want me a Stormy Daniels. That's what he said, because and men relate to shit like that, because it don't fucking matter.
What if it was reversed, though? What if I had cheated on her?
What if what? So, what is your point? I don't understand how
You're saying if she was neglecting you and then you cheated on her?
Well, she was.
Oh, she was neglecting you? Okay, cool. I mean, all right.
I mean, if using your phrasing or definition of neglect, then we both were neglecting each other.
Can I point out, please, and maybe it's because I'm the only woman on the panel, and I've been listening for quite some time, that I am to believe, and maybe I'm problematic because I'm modern, but I am to believe that women throw things in men's faces more often than women, than the opposite. But in front of 840 plus people, you just told us that your current girlfriend,
wife,
his wife, is that his? Because I thought that I don't remember him mentioning that they were married.
Yeah, we're married.
They married.
They were still together.
No, they married. Yeah.
Oh, your wife.
That's why I wanted you to correct it.
And that makes my chest burn a little bit.
I knew it. That's why I was like, get it straight, BPG. It's his wife, not his girlfriend. It's his wife. Yep.
Yeah. So ask her about
your wife, but you're divulging details about you and your wife's relationship and the things that she has done in the past in front of nearly, because
it's over 1,000 people easily.
What's your point, man? Get to your point. Like, what's your point? So what?
That's the woman that you chose, that you're in a relationship with right now, and that information for sure could embarrass her, because again, there are 1,000 plus people here. You can't possibly think that there's nobody that doesn't know you or her within this live.
There isn't.
You don't feel like that's throwing that in her face, which was the opposite of what you were just saying.
Throwing it into somebody's face is doing it in their face.
Wait a minute, because I listened to the whole thing. You don't feel like that is throwing that in her face to discuss those very intimate details in front of 1,000 plus people like that.
Know.
And this is the woman that you love, you cherish, honor.
Yeah, it's over. It means nothing at this point.
I know.
If it meant nothing, you would have never brought it up, bro.
Oh man, I was thinking it.
We were talking about the idea of someone constantly holding on to the idea that they were cheated on and never getting over it, constantly bringing it up. And so when you guys were saying that that's just totally fine, I'm thinking about my personal situation and how we moved on from it. And the only way we were able to move on from it is because I forgave her and I didn't continuously hold that against her.
But you also told Pub that the important part of forgiving was to forget.
I didn't say anything about forgetting. I didn't say anything about forgetting.
You did say, you said when he said forget.
You misunderstood, obviously. Obviously,
when he said forget, you said that is crazy.
No, I said
you would
forgiving
forgive somebody and not forget.
No, you just misunderstood.
And Pub said, no, do you know the difference between forgive and forget? And
no,
you said, I do know the difference between forgive.
That's crazy. You're going to tell me what my point was. Okay.
It's not. I mean,
it's rational.
It is what it
is. It sounds rational.
Conversations with this woman that he's currently married to.
Why do you care about that?
It's because of curiosity.
That's weird. That's weird behavior, bro.
It's really not.
Why is that weird?
You came up here and you put out your personal business.
How is that weird? In this end, it's not weird at all. We're having a conversation.
Conversations. Like, why are you worried about that?
And that's your wife. You don't ever consider that maybe other people. Okay, so let's consider that all of us believe that this is true, and that I don't personally. Don't put me in that, but let's say everybody else believes that's true, yeah. and they hold on to that. You know how people are online, and especially the spaces that you frequent. You know how people are on TikTok. You have opened your wife to being susceptible to people saying, doing mean, cruel, hateful things to her on behalf of you, on behalf of the experience that she has, had with you.
You have. 100% you have.
Nobody knows who she is.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, but
it's not that hard to find people.
If people want to waste their time to do that, then whatever, man. That's crazy.
That's wow.
I don't think you understand what BG's saying to you, I think you're hearing, but you're really not understanding. Regardless of the fact that you all have said, okay, we move forward and we're public, this information that you have brought forward, whether it's for educational purposes or not, you can't say that it would not open her up to some level of potential danger or some
abuse.
Yeah, but it wasn't intentional, and that's the difference between throwing somebody in their face intentionally. Because that's what the conversation is about: is throwing something in someone's face.
What's the first thing I said when I came up here, bro? What's the first thing I came up here when I said? I said I do this. I do this thing. And I said it doesn't matter if it's intentional or not. It causes harm.
Yep.
It does to me, but I think it does to men, though.
What?
How?
I think it does to men. Like,
How?
I'm talking about what men... Like, you can bring up another topic if you want to, but the topic in which men say women throw things in their faces, they're talking about when women do it intentionally.
But
it doesn't matter whether it's intentional or
if
not.
you want to talk about another topic, that's fine. But that's what men are talking about.
I'm not talking about that. That's not what this does not say.
When I hear
does it say intentional?
I was gonna say it doesn't say intentional.
When I hear men talking about when they tell a story about, or they say that this has happened to them, right? They say that women through whatever situation that they shared.
I do know how to read, and I know what context clues are.
They're doing it.
Does it say intentionally up there anyway?
It
doesn't have to say intentionally in order for it to be intentional.
It doesn't even imply intentional.
It doesn't even imply that it's intentional.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to.
It does. For you to think that we're talking to Chris, come on now. It does have to imply it.
You don't have to have a whole paragraph of information of context in order to understand what men are talking about.
Yeah, I would ask a clarifying question. I would say, hey, Pub, do you mean like if they intentionally do it or if they just do it?
Of course he's going to say no now.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Like me, bro. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Like me. I'm ungaslightable.
That's crazy.
Came to the conclusion.
So I'll say this.
Oh my God.
Then that's not what I'm talking about. If it's not intentional, then it's not intentional.
Say that then. Say that then.
But Chris, I'm talking about it in all aspects. That's all I'm saying. Okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think that's what most men are talking about.
Most men are lying about. That's my point. Most men just lying.
The ones that aren't lying, that's not what they're talking about.
What, brother? I haven't heard one man not lie about. Nope, that's a lie. That's a lie. Hold on. Wait. That's a lie. But it is relevant in this context for many reasons. It is for many reasons. A, because you're on my panel. Secondly, I talk to more men about these things than anybody up here besides Mr. Jones, probably. Like, nobody up here is talking to more men about this shit than me. And I'm fucking telling you that I've heard many men try to fucking tell us these stories, and them niggas was lying.
So now you're saying it doesn't happen. So now you're going back to
I've been saying this shit down. I'm sorry. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Hold on. What I said and what I'm saying now, what I said before was I believe that there is a subset of women that is trying to manipulate a man by bringing up a thing and trying to piss him, or whatever the case may be. I've already acknowledged that. What I'm saying now is, though, for more clarification, is you've never met that nigga, nor have I. That's all I'm saying.
But that's fine. You haven't.
The same. You haven't. Just like the men who talk about gold diggers, just like the men who talk about gold diggers never actually met a gold digger.
What did you just say? Just like who doesn't see racism?
White people. They don't see it, so it's not real.
Why is that? What does that have to do with me?
Because you're saying because you haven't experienced it, you haven't witnessed it, therefore it doesn't exist. That's
basically
that's not what he was saying, bro. Like,
that's not what I said, Chris.
How do you derive these conclusions? Please help me.
So explain to me.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, man.
That was a real far reach. That was
Leo said, "Drop that boy."
Leo paid to
Leo. Hey man, Leo be clipping people at the right times. It's pretty wild. He got a good grip on it. I don't know how he doing it.
I was actually pretty sure that Leo had sent that money for me, but
nah, he like talking to you, BPG, but some of the ops he get too annoyed. What up, Rambo? What's good with you, man? Catch Me Outside said Chris is intentionally being dense. Welcome. Yes. Teresa said women aren't having smecks. Is that not accountability? Leo, women aren't having smecks. Is that not accountability? Leo, you just text me. I know you're there. Reese Schuyler said, men don't tell us things that genuinely hurt them. Facts. They never give us that much leverage. They say just enough to manipulate us. They'll threaten to unalive themselves to manipulate women. $10 on Leo. Why y'all bullshitting? You got 20 on Leo head. Here's the craziest thing. There is a dude on this app who did that very thing. Hold on, I'm gonna read that again. Men don't tell us things that genuinely hurt them. They never give us that much leverage. They say just enough to manipulate us. They'll threaten to unalive themselves to manipulate women. There's a dude on this app who allegedly told a woman he was gonna unalive himself if that woman didn't sleep with him. Then that woman made a tweet about him, and it got to and she filed a complaint with the school. It went that high up. She filed a complaint with the school and said that he said he was going to unalive himself if she didn't sleep with him. Just so y'all know. So before y'all say, oh, it don't happen. It does. It does. That's what I be talking about. Huh?
Is Buddy still alive?
Sir, you know him.
Oh, I know him?
You know this. You know this gentleman. You've been on panels with this guy. Clarice said, Leo said he want to be the only bad bitch on the panel. Oh my God. All right, go ahead, Rambo.
Yo, man. Leo wore me out. He wore me out.
Who? Leo or Chris?
Maybe it was Rich.
That was Chris. No, that was Chris. Yeah. Chris will drain you. No Diddy. Chris will drain you.
So, you know, I was
fucks with him, though.
First, man, it said women don't throw things in men's faces, men's do. And I first was like, no, that's BS. When I started hearing the premise of what you meant by that, I go, no, that's spot on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, we tend to hold on to things, man. That's for real. You know I do. I could never forgive a woman for cheating or something. That ain't gonna happen. It's not.
You can't forgive a woman for cheating. Why is that?
Not on me, no.
Have you ever cheated?
No. Of course. And
Okay.
take me back.
There it is. And there it is.
Oh my God. I'm glad you're honest about it, Rambo. I'm glad you're honest about it, Rambo. Thank you.
Yeah. And so part of this too, another thing though I just wanted to mention too is we take things a lot harder. Like how many times do you see a woman, she dates a man and she gets her boyfriend or husband gets another woman pregnant and she'll stay in the relationship. She'll stay in the marriage. Happens all the time.
Why do Rambo? Why do men take things harder? Think about it for a second. Why do you think that is?
I think it's hormonal. I think a lot of it is
no, sir.
Hormonal?
Evolutionary biology.
No, sir.
Or anger. Or testosterone.
Nope.
No, sir.
Try harder.
Plays a part in it.
I don't like any of these answers.
Social
Unacceptable.
conditioning, sir.
There we go.
Ego, my brother. Ego.
Ego.
I think that's part of it. It's definitely part of it. But I think part of it's testosterone.
No.
Sir, that's not how testosterone works. Testosterone is what determines what features, what phenotypical features you have on your body, not your mood. Now, imbalance between your testosterone and your estrogen can cause you to have mood swings, but not testosterone in and of itself. It does not control your mood, sir.
Well, like this, something like with testosterone would affect your sex drive, right? It's going to make you more
An imbalance could, like having low T.
I mean, if you have higher testosterone, you're going to have a higher sex drive. That's just kind of
no, sir. That's not correct.
I was going. Wait, where did you get that from, Rambo?
You can just research it yourself. I don't,
sir. I have a degree in biology.
Wait, what?
Okay, fine.
Just take. Hold on, Rambo. Rambo. Wait. Listen. So before you keep going down this path, he just told you he has a degree in biology. Why wouldn't you just stop right there and say, okay, wait, maybe.
I have a master's in sociology. I have a bachelor's in biology, and I have a bachelor's in business.
Okay, so
I was a pharmacist. I was a pharmacist before I was anything else. That was my first career.
That does make an explanation.
So women can't be therapists, and people with degrees can't be
biologists
either.
Look, I'm not going to say I'm right on this, and this is not the guilt. I don't even want to debate that. What I do want to say though is,
wait up, brother. We did it, Joe. Chris said, "Get Leo out of here." I was waiting for an opportune time.
Snipe is crazy.
It was crazy. I was waiting for the opportune time. I couldn't even do it though. It had to happen when it happened. Go ahead, Rambo.
I just think some of it. I think part of it's biological. I can't necessarily pick out.
Why do you want to believe it's by? Have you thought? Wait, Rambo. No, I am. I just want to. I am. I just want to hear. I want you to talk. I'm asking you a question. Why do you think? Why do you think? Let's say it's not biological, right? Just hear me out. Let's say it's not biological, right? Why do you think you want to believe it is biological, though?
It's not that I want to believe it.
You don't think you want to believe it's biological? What reason? What if it? Listen to what I'm asking you. Listen to what. No, but Rambo, we've heard this before 1,000 times. You don't have to keep going down this path. If you think you're going to say anything different at the end of this, is wild. Go ahead. I'll listen to you. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm saying is, when it comes to the way the differences in male and female behavior, some of it is socialization, 100%. Some of it is biological. Who am I to know exactly what degree is which on every specific thing? So when it comes to, part of the reason I would say men have a certain reaction and a behavior, I think part of it is biological. I also know for a fact that part of it is social. To say it's not biological at all, I think...
Sir, what biological aspect would control these types of behaviors? Please tell me.
Not testosterone.
I believe men.
Hold on, let him go. Wait, y'all.
I'm not an expert on this. That's not the hill that I want to die on, but I wanted to talk about something else. So.
No, but I think it's important.
Stop saying it then.
Yeah. That's what I think it's important. We're not bringing... You brought... Hold on, wait. Hold on, Rambo. Hold on, Lyndon. I think it's important though to have this conversation that you specifically, before you keep engaging in the conversation, you realize that it has nothing to do or very little to do with our biology.
You guys asked me about it. You gave me an answer.
No, you brought it up, and we asked you to tell us why would you think it was biological.
Why do you think there's a difference? I wasn't even trying to go down that road.
Then why did you bring it up? Then why did you bring it up?
I didn't bring it up because you asked me. Because you asked me. I didn't bring it up.
Rambo, wait, listen. You brought in biology. None of us, Jones didn't, I didn't, Lyndon didn't, BBG didn't, LaShonda, none of us brought up the word biology. You did. So you brought it up, right? Then when you did not, maybe you did. And then Jones just was saying, why are you saying it's biological? Why are you saying it's testosterone? And then you said, oh, because that'll make you have a higher sex drive, and he correct. And
like I said, I think part of it's biological, and I think it's like from hormones, evolutionary biology.
So why do you need to believe that lie? Is what I'm asking you. That's the bigger question now. It is a lie.
Have you ever heard of the doctor? His name's Robert Sapolsky. He's out of Stanford. He's got his PhD. He's an ornithologist who lived out in the jungles of Africa, studying animal life for decades. You should check him out on YouTube. You probably love his work. I'm sure Dr. Jones or Mr. Jones.
What's his name?
You've probably heard of this guy before. It's Robert Sapolsky.
Okay.
And he's got a lot of work that talks about hormones and evolutionary biology and how it affects humans. So this is where I'm coming from. It's from an educated standpoint. So I think that's part of it.
He's a neuroscientist. He's not a biologist. He's a neuroscientist.
He's an ornithologist. And
is he?
He studies these things. He's highly decorated. He's considered a scientific genius. He's a master in his field. He's
a neuroendocrinologist. I knew what I was talking about.
Well, that's what an endocrinologist is. They deal with hormones. That's what the endocrinology is, right? But an ornithologist is he's also an ornithologist. He's not just one thing, okay? So you don't even know who he is.
I don't have any information to say that. Yes, no, I have read some of his work.
Oh
my God.
Talk about things that you don't know about, okay?
Rambo, let me ask you a very public question. Let me ask you a question. Is your hormones or your biology stopping you from making a choice to forgive someone who has cheated on you if you would have been cheated on? What would stop you from what would stop you
yes, it could
as a man? Sorry?
I said yes, it could be. Yes. I think that's probably true. Yeah, to some degree. Yes, I think so. You believe your hormonal imbalance could be the reason why. I don't think it's an imbalance. Call it someone who has cheated on you. You should read up on what Sapolsky's work. Do that first. And
so at this point, so at this point, so at this point, accountability ain't a real thing. Clarice said these cross-arm PFP bandits are tiring. Yeah, so at this point, accountability is impossible because everything is dictated by biology. That's wild.
You can't hang that on me. I never said.
Yeah, Robert Sapolsky says that there's no such thing as free will. Everything is determined.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's a quack. Okay, cool. That's what I looked at him. I was like, this dude looks like a quack. Okay, go ahead.
He does look like he was crazy. And part part of its sociology. It's part of your socialization. That's what I think.
So Rambo,
But this is
let me ask you.
watch the color purple.
Hold on, let him go, Lyndon. Let Rambo go. Go ahead.
Purple, right? I think this was funny. It kind of escaped everyone. We all here saw the color purple. Some of us have seen it, 5, 6, 7, a dozen times, right?
I love the color purple.
It's a masterful movie, right? But I bet you don't know this. Why was Mr. so mad in that movie? Why did he hate women so much in that movie? Why is that? You saw the movie, yet nobody knows why. And go back and watch the movie, and maybe the first 5 minutes you'll see he's sitting in, like his wife or one of them is sitting in church, and she goes, Mister, his first wife ran off and had a baby with this other, and she had a baby with some other man from the church. I go, what? Oh, I'm not catching this the first 6 times I watched the movie. It's crazy. And it was right there. It was like.
So you think that's you think that's justification to hate a whole group of people because one person wrongs you from that group of people that identifies as that group of people?
Why would you ask me that question?
Because you just brought it up.
I didn't say that. I didn't say, dude. What are you doing? And that's not evidence.
I can't hear when more than one person is talking. Rambo, what I'm asking you is, you just brought up, you just said, this is why Mr. didn't like women, right? I'm just paraphrasing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So you argue exactly what I just said. I'm asking you, you think that makes sense for a person?
You asked me that. It's such a dumb question, as I'm saying.
How is that a dumb? Am I hold on, wait, y'all. BBG, am I tripping? Is that a dumb question to ask based on what he just said?
The other question is, if it made him dislike women, why did it make him dislike children? Because Celie was a child when he married her.
Got him.
And the sister that he wanted to marry was a child.
Was a kid too.
Don't use the movie as a reference. Use the book as a reference if you're going to use something as a reference.
The book get way deeper.
The book.
They left out a lot. They left out a lot.
If we playing the game of the reason why he disliked women was because of whatever his first, which that part isn't true, but it's because of what his first wife did, then what does that have to do with the girls that he was in relationship with? Because Celie and her sister were both underage, but wouldn't that also be grounds for them to dislike and mistreat him? Because he was mistreating her, Celie was mistreated by her father, the other sister was almost raped and assaulted by him. So, where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Well, I got interrupted, so I wasn't able to go where I'm going, and y'all hit me up with this mumbo jumbo. My point had
and before you start with me, I also
let me tell you what my point was. My point was that he was so angry about that it turned him into a monster, and the fact that on that is crazy in itself.
It didn't.
But I think that it just speaks
to
normalcy in the culture for men to feel aggrieved by women, and then really kind of turn into a monster or something, very unforgiving.
Oh my
and it's
God.
like normalized in culture. I think that to me,
hey,
when I watched that, I go, it's kind of interesting that nobody's caught this in all these years. Like I'm the only one
that ain't why. That's why.
There's a reason why, Rambo. Hey, I gotta say something real quick. If that is the case, I'll see you, Jones. If that is the case, women, speaking of Rambo, women should literally strap up like Rambo and just start unaliving men. So should black people. Black people should just strap up and start unaliving white tea people. And everybody, to be honest with you. By that logic, if all it takes, and then, by the way, the problems I'm talking about are fucking systemic. You talking about some interpersonal shit. Like all it takes is for one person to do something from a group of people to you, and from henceforth, it makes sense that you hate the whole group of people because this one person wrongs you from that group. That's fucking crazy. You talking about why he hated women. Talk about why Celie didn't even hate men. They didn't even hate men, and they was abused by men their whole life. That's what I'm trying to not understand. Like, what the fuck is going on? You can doubt that on.
Very clear from what you're saying. I actually agree with, but it doesn't really have anything to do with what my point is. It's like you're trying to pigeonhole me into something.
Then what the fuck is your point? I'm sorry. What was your point again?
I never said anything that would go against what you're saying. I'm not saying, I don't think, like, I never said, and Mr. is valid, and I support him in his anger and rage. I didn't say nothing stupid like that. So why are you trying to charge me up like I did? Why?
Because I'm sorry. Once again, never mind. I'm done. You got it. You got it. I'm not even about to keep going because obviously this ain't gonna go nowhere. Go ahead, Mr. Jones. Jesus H. Christ. Jesus H. Christ.
He had made a claim that I'd never heard of Sapolsky before, and I have. But anyways, which is weird. But so this is one of the things that has stood out to me, and I wanted to go find it so that I could read it verbatim. None of us should face retribution for our actions or be unduly celebrated for our heroics because we are no more responsible for what we do than a defendant with a damaged prefrontal cortex. He thinks that everything that happens is a combination of nothing more or less than a cumulative biological and environmental luck over which we had no control that has brought us to any moment. So that there is no such thing as free will. Everything that happens to us is literally biologically, neurologically, or some aspect of sociologically predetermined. And I don't believe that.
I don't. And that's exactly what I asked him. I said, so based on that logic, then there's no such thing as accountability. Like everybody's just why go
exactly
to
exactly that.
Why put anybody in prison? Like, what are we doing? Just let everybody free because hey, you know.
He didn't say that. I don't necessarily agree that. I mean,
he did say that. I literally just read him verbatim. That was his quote verbatim.
Bro, I'm trying to speak,
but don't say he didn't say that. Then
he didn't say anything about we can't hold people accountable.
No, he did. He actually tried to argue it in court.
See, you don't know it. Got him. Now he
Let me tell you what he actually tried to argue this in court.
Lenny, stop.
He tried to argue what in court?
That
a 13-year-old that had a damaged prefrontal cortex and committed a violent crime, that they shouldn't be held
different than what the brother just said. Come on, man.
He was a witness in a murder trial. He was an expert witness in a murder trial.
To his brain, who had a physical mental injury to his prefrontal cortex, that you can't necessarily hold him accountable. That's much different.
So Jones, he's one of those forensic quacks that they pay for to say whatever they want him to say on either side. Is that?
He said a life of trauma.
Hold on, wait.
A life of trauma. See, bro, like
let him finish, bro. Let Jones finish, please. Rambo, can Jones finish what he's saying? I just want to hear what he's saying because he's giving me real information right now. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So he testifies that the defendant in the trial, right?
Mm-hmm.
A world of people who are lost before pre-K can't be fairly judged by the court's normal standards of meditation and intent. A life of trauma, he explains to the jury, has invariably left one part of the brain atrophied and another part enlarged. So this is not like physical damage. This is damage because remember we were talking about neural pathways earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing, right? So
it's
for example,
it's physical damage, bro.
All right, you make
physical damage.
Jones,
would
you got it. You got it. It ain't even. Come on, brother. It don't even make me. You can clearly see he ain't gonna fucking listen to
it. Mean it actually atrophied. He's telling that one part of the brain developed in a way in which the other one, lacked development because of trauma.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't necessarily be physical trauma. What you're talking about, would be physical damage to the brain.
You know what I'm talking about? He just said if it physically doesn't develop, that's atrophy, right? That's damage.
The neural pathways are underdeveloped.
Right, that's physical damage. That's
okay, you got it.
All right, bro.
Got it. I'm trying, Jones. That dude ain't about to listen to you. He not. It don't matter what you say.
I'm listening. I'm just challenging on him trying to stretch the truth, and
I'm not stretching the truth. I'm reading verbatim what he said in his own book.
Okay, then your misinterpretations were terrible.
How was that? See, you about to get me into it. Don't do that. I'm done. I don't care. The conversation done went way off the path, brother. We went way off the neural path. Let me read these real quick. I gotta read these, man. Clarice said, Rambo don't get to talk to people often. I'm convinced. Charlene said, Mr. was cheating with Suge on both wives. Bianca said, supporting the lie. Appreciate you, Bianca. Charlene said, Mr. ain't want the first wife either. Jesus Christ. Let's Leo said he wanted to be okay, cool. And then over here, Jules said men always want women to forgive them for things they would never forgive a woman for. Exactly. That's what Rambo came up here and proved in 5 seconds. Reese Scott said men don't see women as people. They break them into pieces and expect them to put themselves back together quickly for their convenience. That was on Leo. We got 5 on Leo. Leo's gone, by the way. He got dropped. Erica said, why is it so hard for men to leave when they've done wrong? Do they not understand how vulnerable women are by being with them and living with them? They don't care. Joel said, he keeps saying we need to work on the relationship. No, the person who did the harm has to work on the relationship. Exactly. They need to work on themselves. Oza said, I know him. The wife is awesome. He has been trash. Who are you talking about, Chris Oza? Joel said, men just feel entitled to cheat. Facts. Ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn biology. Teresa said, Sapolsky's degrees were in neuroendocrinology and anthropology. He studied baboons, not birds. He doesn't know what he is talking about. 5 on Rambo. All right. We got through those. Absolutely. Go ahead, LaShonda.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. You good?
I just want to talk about the impact on women because one of the guests was saying something about men take it harder when they have been harmed. And there have been studies recently that show that a lot of women, due to whatever, are developing autoimmune diseases.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is, due to stress and just things that they're just not outwardly expressing, right?
Yep.
So when we get cheated on, we're automatically expected to, like one of the gentlemen was saying, just forget and forgive, right?
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't bring up anything. We shouldn't say anything.
They internalize it.
We
Mm-hmm.
internalize it. And so is it that we take things better, or are we just developing biological symptoms based on some of the trauma and things? And another thing I want to say too is that, one of the things that I've noticed with men, your topic is women don't throw things in men's faces. It's so many things that we hold in when, that we get from men and that we hold in. But then when we do talk about it, what I've noticed is that a lot of men aren't communicative. Like they don't communicate when things are, a problem for them. They only communicate in the middle of an argument.
Yep.
And that's a problem. And they use it as a way to combat the person who's bringing up.
They weaponize it. That's why I put that. Men do that. They do that exactly. That's when men do it. They do it right in the middle. And then they go, well, that's what you do. I don't be saying nothing about this when you be doing da-da-da-da. Like that's the only time they want to have that conversation. Yeah. Exactly.
And just for clarification, I'm a married woman. I've been married for 13 years. This is something definitely, that I've experienced, and I have to specifically say, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about what I am
experiencing.
Experiencing. And if you had a problem with that, you should have brought it up at the time that it was a problem for you. If it wasn't a problem for you, I don't want to hear about it now.
Yep.
And I think that's something that just goes to show that men sometimes are poor communicators. Go ahead and express it in real time when it's happening to you and not hold it in. But I think people like to put it in their back pocket so that they can bring it up, so that they can continue whatever the bad thing is, and they can shut the person down from being from bringing
holding them accountable. The reason why men don't bring it up though, LaShonda, ain't because the reason why men don't bring up stuff most of the time from what I've observed is they don't want the woman because they know that's going to open Pandora's box. And usually the thing that men, when they bring it up, they know that it is attached to something that they've done, right? Like the reason why your girl don't cook for you no more is because you never fucking help her out. The reason why your girl don't sleep with you no more is because she fucking tired. So you gotta grin and bear it, because if you bring up why you don't wear the teddy like you used to, and why you don't do that thing that I like anymore, and cause she gonna tell you, I'm glad you asked. She gonna pull the Cardi B on you. I'm glad you asked. Look, man, because every day you don't talk to me all fucking day, right? And then all of a sudden when we get into bed, now you want to be my best friend when you want some smacks from me. They know, men already know what the fucking problem is. It be them, and they don't want to address it. So they bite their tongue, and then the only time they'll bring it up, like you said, they'll be forced to use that Uno reverse card when they're getting cooked or when they getting, when their problems are getting addressed. Now it's time. Let me Uno reverse. Oh, back on you. I'm rubber, you glue. Oh, you're not perfect either. Like, all right.
Exactly. And then when you shut that person down from expressing something that is truly bothering them, then what? You're not getting what you want because you were aggrieved, a few days ago or a few months ago, and you didn't say anything. And now this person is bringing something up to you that they have a problem with, and you want to shut them down because you want to talk about something that they did months ago or weeks ago or last week, whatever it was. And now nobody is getting anything taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it's interesting. But, yeah, the whole thing about women developing autoimmune diseases is because we've been just conditioned to just, like, shut up, grin and bear it, not talk about it, don't bring it up, So,
yeah,
that's a problem.
That's facts.
I think it's unfair, too, that we can't use our hormones as an excuse. Because when a woman is ovulating, and any woman that knows can relate, when you are ovulating, I dare to say that's when for sure you'll make some really ugly decisions because of the fact that like you are literally like a dog in heat. Like, yeah. And it's funny because men can use testosterone all the time as an excuse. But I'm telling you, when a woman is ovulating, I have quite literally almost attacked my husband like a wildebeest in the Serengeti because I am ovulating. And women we can't use that as an excuse. Like, it could be a viable one. Because if you don't know what that experience is like, to like literally it feels like from the top of every single strand of hair on your head to the tip of your toes, you are like ready. Then how come we can't use that as an excuse? How come women can't use that as an excuse to throw caution to the wind and come home and tell their man? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
She turns into a tiger, and that's socially acceptable.
Rambo, let's not start talking about stuff that's above your pay grade, please. Let's not start talking about ovulation and all that. We're not doing that. Not with no man. No man. I'm not going to have no man up here mansplaining menstrual cycles.
Excuse for cheating, though. I'll give you that. It's not. You can't use that for cheating.
Women don't. That was the point of what I was saying.
But everything else
women do not know, but you're not.
My wife.
You're not listening.
I was gonna say, my wife, I think like recently she might have said something one time. She like recently clocked some shit. I don't even think she was, something had happened and she had got upset with me for something. And then she basically was like, yeah, that was my bad. Like I was overreacting. And then she told me that it hit her because she had like started her period like the next day or something. She was like, I think it was like, and that was like the only time she has ever said that to me. That's after 17 years. It was legitimately like I don't remember what I wish I could remember. It was some bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying? We just had like a quick little.
So are you telling me there was a hormonal imbalance?
With my wife? Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said.
Luteal phase.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so that, again, the only time that you have these issues is when there's a hormonal
imbalance. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. It was eat a Snickers, because when you're not yourself, you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? When you're not yourself, it was one of those kind of moments. Like it was just like a moment. She like reared them, and I remember being in the moment. I laughed. Like it wasn't even. I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck was that?" You know what I mean? Like, and she was just like, "Whatever." And then the next day, she was like, "Yeah, yesterday I was tripping. Like I think and I started my period today, and I think it was connected to that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, bet." And then we started to kind of clock it moving forward. We started to kind of be like, she would like react away, and then I'd be like, and we just laugh about it. Like it ain't no. Yeah, we notice a pattern, but that's an imbalance. I don't know if men have these imbalances. I'm sure we do.
Absolutely,
yeah, I'm sure we do. I'm saying though that women don't get the grace that men get. When men have these imbalances, and at the same time, men will say that men are more logical. and women are more emotional.
While simultaneously punching a hole in the wall.
In the wall.
The TV when their team loses.
Crying because their team lost. Starting wars. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like.
We say we're more disciplined. We're the more disciplined.
Emotional. No, you're not.
Right. And here's the thing is that women.
You ain't even been disciplined.
When you said that men were allowed, they have more excuses when it comes to cheating and hormones. I would say, or when it comes to cheating, women, there are no excuses allowed. Like none. You're just a B or a SL or whatever it is. There is no socially acceptable reason for unless he cheats, then maybe women kind of got it out. But other than that, from socially speaking, very little leeway. The double standard is gigantic.
Rambo, I want to thank you for cutting me off because I never ever got to that point. Because that was the whole point of me bringing that up in the first place. That women cannot use the excuse of ovulation. We can't use the excuse of PMS or a period to explain why it is we do the things we do. Even though those things are usually, they're directly connected. And more often than not, those things are weaponized against us. I have had men who don't know me, who don't know when my period starts or ends, tell me that, oh, maybe I'm emotional or I'm upset because of the fact that I have one. They don't know what point I'm at in the month, but they will use that against women to justify their bad behavior and to make an excuse for why it is they mistreat them or choose not to understand what it is they're saying. The point of me talking about ovulating was to draw attention to the fact that women can't ever, even though they are experiencing that in real time, they can't use that as an excuse for why it is they're behaving a specific way. But men can constantly use this testosterone that got them in a chokehold all the time to excuse their irrational, erratic, and undisciplined behavior.
Men love.
That's not even the case. Like, so when a man wakes up in the morning, their testosterone levels are relatively high, and when they go to bed at night, their testosterone levels are relatively low. Now, on occasion, depending on how much you're exercising or your diet.
What? It's higher in the morning, right?
Yes, that's why men want to have. That's why men want to have sex in the morning.
I never could figure it out. I thought it's because I like the daylight, but it's okay. Because I like to keep the lights on, baby. I'm a lights on brother. Nah, I know. I like the natural light. Okay, now I got it.
So, and then, periodically, depending on how much you exercise, what your diet is, and things of that nature, you can have, different levels of testosterone and estrogen. There is a form of male period. It's called irritable male syndrome. It's something that you can actually look up. It is an actual clinical term. But it can have, because you're having hormonal imbalances, it can have an effect on your mood. But testosterone by itself does not make a person aggressive or, angry or any of those things. That's not what it does. Because then women with like PCOS and things of that nature would just be going around fighting all the time, and that's not the case.
Let me read some stuff, and then I want scrolling back to go. Antoine said Rambo is wearing a suit, so he thinks he can challenge the public, man. Why you? That man he a professional, man. Go ahead, Kay.
You said go ahead, Kay?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you know what? Until y'all do right by women, God gonna keep taking y'all hairline and y'all testosterone level. Okay. I just feel like that's the man's punishment for not doing right by women. Y'all be losing y'all hair so early. And I done talked to so many 30-year-olds who on them testosterone shots because y'all don't do
synthetic testosterone actually will have that effect. It will make you aggressive and angry and things of that nature. Yeah, synthetic testosterone can have those effects on you because it's not natural to the body and it causes increased or elevated levels.
So it's a double whammy. Yeah. Until y'all do right by women, everything you think about. Every time you think about it, you're going to lose some hair on your hairline. Your edge up going to always look warped. But I came up here because Chris said something earlier. Did somebody drop him or did he run?
Oh, he got dropped.
He got paid.
Yeah.
Okay. He said something about both people having to do the work when one person was the perpetrator and hurting the person. And Rambo, bald head behind, was in the comments co-signing that. And I'm here to tell you, there is nothing that I need to work on as a person. There is nothing I need to
bring my name out and try to slander me.
Slander you, sir. You bald headed. Your picture ain't
no, not the bald.
not him in that picture.
I'm screaming. He look like he do taxes. That's a stock image. Wait.
That's a stock photo, though, okay? That's not him.
Wait, because why he got on a suit with an arm folded, look like he do taxes? I'm screaming. I thought that was him. Long story short, there is no amount of work a person needs to do when they have been violated by a person. It's giving grape apologists, because it's literally you telling a grape victim, you shouldn't shudder when men come around you. You shouldn't be jumpy when men come around you after you've gotten raped. Eventually, you should get over that. You see how dumb that sounds? No, I shouldn't have to do the work when you violated me.
Mm-hmm.
I get that point, but I would disagree. This is why.
But I'm not done. Number one, number two.
Okay, we're done. I'll follow up with that.
But you was in the comments co-signing. So
hey, Bob, I gotta go get food for my kids real quick. I'll be back.
All right, bro.
But the long story that's short, two people who weren't responsible for the action or the violation, the person who's been harmed doesn't have to do any type of work. The only type of work they need to do is leave that relationship. You know why? Because if we start holding men to the standard that you men say we should, which is at the first sign of a red flag, leave, that means that woman is well within her rights. She don't have to work through anything. She can leave. She should leave you. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? She should choose better, right? You violated her. You're no longer a safe space. She should choose better. She should choose a safer space. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 100%. But if women started leaving in droves, y'all would be, your back would be against the wall. You wouldn't know what to do.
The niggas would be up there on that. Follow my pride. Say I'm sorry. Stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me.
And also, I think that it's a character flaw for women to be emotional. And, we were talking about the conversation of, PMSing and ovulating or being in your luteal phase, right? But it's just biology when it comes to men, being aggressive and, doing all the weird things. I think that's weird when ours is literally biological.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Rambo.
We're going to push back with saying that the woman who got cheated on doesn't have to do the work. I would say that that's not true in the instances where she chooses to stay in the relationship. And then that guy, might be a year, might be 2 years, might be 3 years, and he's been faithful, and he's been going to counseling, and he hasn't been cheating, and he's, been doing the internal work to be a better man. And she's still, she got that, I got cheated on PTSD, and she's holding on to the resentment and the bitter and the angerness. And for the health of a relationship, for her own mental health.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish.
It's going to have to, for her to, if that's still a weight on her heart and it's still impacting her life and her relationship that she wants to have, then she's going to have to do some personal and internal work herself to kind of get over the trauma of that. And so that's where I would say that there is work for her to do there.
I'm sorry, not Chris. Rambo, can I ask you a question? If I owed you $1,000, right? What do you need to do to get what role do you play in me paying you back that money?
I don't understand how that's germane to the conversation.
Don't worry about that. Just answer. Don't worry about it. If I owed you $1,000,
it might be like a text or a phone call or an email or a letter.
Okay, no, I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Is the responsibility of me paying you that money on you or on me?
That part's on you.
Okay, exactly, because there's a debt to be paid, right? So the debt, 100% on the person in debt, right? The debted.
Right.
Okay. This is why you said, oh, how does this apply? Okay, cool. So if you cheat on somebody or if you lose somebody's respect, you are at a deficit. You have a debt to repay to that person, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what the fuck? How is it ever the debtor's responsibility to forgive the debt. Like you're just basically saying at some point in time, the debtor should just forgive the debt. Even when the debt hasn't been fully paid. Like if the debt hasn't, hold on, wait. I'll give you, hold on. Rambo, stop. Jesus Christ. And I'll give you another example. To further what I'm saying. Now, on your credit report, shouldn't that show up that you did not pay or that I did not pay you? Because now shouldn't that should always be on the report, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But Pub, you know what?
Hold on, let him respond, y'all. Let him respond.
That's a false equivalency because in the example I gave, I said that he put in the work. He went to therapy. He did the personal.
You missed. Hold on, no, it's not a false equivalency. You missed what I'm saying. So
you're saying that there's a debt that he has to. But
listen, hold on, Rambo. Listen, you paid the debt, but you were late. Okay. That part has to. Yes, you prepaid the debt, but the late shit is still on there. The D-Rogs are still on there, right? The credit report is still there, fam. That's still on there, right? Hold on, let him finish, y'all. Let him finish.
So this is the thing with the credit report. If the credit report, like she loves this man, she wants to be with this man, but this credit report is weighing her down, and it hurts her.
How's it weighing her down? How is it weighing her down? What the fuck?
She's always second guessing what her man's doing. She holds this resentment and this bitterness. And I'm saying if that man has paid the debt and he's a good man in quality, if it's weighing her down and harming her and harming the relationship, and she wants a great relationship, then eventually she's gonna have to do some work to deal with that trauma.
I'm so confused by this statement. This is weird. That's so weird. I don't understand that at all. Go ahead, Kay. Hold on, I can't hear you.
Was eating ice cream or something? And then they go to court, and you see the victims, the victim's family, the brothers ran up, and I think it was a woman and a man or something. They hugged the cop who actually shot their relative, right? And they go, oh, they're cooning. Look at them cooning. I go, no. That's not cooning. They're not doing it like identification with the oppressor. That's not what that was. They hugged her so they can, for their own mental health, let go of that trauma. That's what that was about. See?
What?
We need to give them.
Do you remember the case I'm talking about?
See, and this is why I be telling y'all, don't do leave the analogy to other people who are equipped to do it. That was terrible. Like, are you fucking for real? That was atrocious. That didn't make any sense, bro. It's 5 on Rambo here, by the way. Go ahead.
You're rambling, sir. I just had a quick question. If the role was reversed and a woman violated you, whether she cheated on you, whether she lied on you, would there be anything that you needed to work through if you decided to stay in that relationship? Or would you stay in that
100%.
relationship?
I'd be running the therapy. I'm going to be reading books. I'll be reading books on how to get over that trauma. First of all, I'm a guy who would never
because you're ugly and you have to stay. That's the only logical answer.
Okay.
You got to be. You got to be.
So I ran you over with my answer. So you gotta.
Come on, y'all.
Because
sir,
ain't
no man finna tell you they finna stay with a woman who cheated on them. You got to be ugly. You got to be. I'm just saying. Or you ain't got no hairline. One of the two.
I love the
Hold on, y'all. Wait, LaShonda. Millie said, tell Rambo I said, fuck him. She wanted me to read it. Why do y'all be making me read these fucking... Damn, y'all know I gotta read everything y'all put in front of me. Jesus Christ. Tonight was saying he looks like he lies about doing taxes. Oh my God, man. Y'all be so ruthless with these fucking messages. Shrimp said, I love the debt analogy. Men out here wanting a 0% APR with a 500 credit score. Fuck out of here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Your credit is damaged, bro. Your credit is damaged. Your credit is damaged, bro. He think he gon' go BK and it's gonna all be erased. Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga. Nah, bro. We remembers. That shit is forever on your report, fam. You don't never get to erase that shit. I don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. This is not hard. If somebody, by the way, I just want to put this out there. If somebody kill me and y'all hug that nigga, I'm fucking y'all up. I can't wait to come back as like a spider or something. I'm gonna bite the dog shit out of one of y'all. If somebody unalive me and I catch any of you peasy head motherfuckers hugging these niggas in front of the courthouse, I will 100% will come. I will 100 with no doubt in my mind. I will come back like Spawn and fuck you up. Like, that's crazy. Don't hug no nigga. What the hell is you talking about? That's crazy.
Because at the point of them being in court, how much restitution have they done?
What have they done? Nothing.
Exactly.
Why they deserve my forgiveness? Fuck out of here. Please. Please.
These are the same men that hold body count over random women's heads with no regard. No way of getting out. There's no way that they could get away from the consequence of how many men or how many people they slept with. But all of a sudden, they don't understand the credit analogy.
Yep. Can't understand that shit, but get the body count shit and hey, look, Onyx. And even in there, we missed it. I would have clocked it. I was he threw me off. Even in there, he understood the debt. But it was funny because he's saying the woman should forgive. The woman has work to. I'm like, wait. So you can when you apply it to her, right? When you apply it to the woman in the case, you're essentially saying she has to do this work, right? What work? I'm trying to understand. I don't understand this for the life of me. I swear to God, maybe I'm missing it. In what world does the person that got wronged have to work on themselves?
Work on not calling them out on their stuff or seeing similar patterns that they saw before. Because like someone, I think it was BPG, was saying, you have to go back and think about everything that person ever told you and find out where it was that you missed some things, where you missed the lies, where you were thrown off. And when you go back and do that, then you start to recognize certain patterns, because then, as a woman who has been cheated on, then I become the FBI, right?
Yep.
So then I start recognizing all of those things that I was probably not recognizing before. But see, the work that they want us to do is don't recognize those patterns.
Mm-hmm.
They're always wanting us to work. And I love the credit analogy, Pub, because you know what they want us to do? They want us to be creditors. They want us to call them. They want us to text them. They want us to disguise.
They want you to chase them to get
we
that.
Chase them to get our money back.
Crazy.
Wild.
That's crazy. That's exactly what it is. Goddamn.
You know what's worse? You know what's worse? And when you do express your concern or your trauma, men don't like to be uncomfortable with the truth.
They
That's
don't.
What I'm saying, like, listen, the way Chris was up here talking, like, well, I mean, is she gonna continue to make him pay for it? I mean, who wants to stay around for that? Again, her discomfort is in being insecure, looking over her shoulder, like LaShonda said, questioning herself, trying to sort through the lies. Like, that's her discomfort every day. You can't sit through the discomfort of her calling you out.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit through that. That's how I know that nigga either ugly or homosexual.
But here's but here's the thing too. Again, we have another example of a man who allegedly was abused by a woman, not empathizing with the abused group of people. Again, right? So you get cheated on, but you don't understand. But since you recovered or whatever the case may be, now you like, well, I did it. Why don't these other women? Like, same thing. That's what Mello do when we talk about DV or whatever. Allegedly he got DV by his exes, and sometimes I understand. I ain't gonna even lie, but he all of a sudden now it's like, oh well, I mean, well, I never called the police, and well, I'm like, how do y'all ever expect me to believe that y'all went through something, and then but simultaneously you have zero empathy for the group of people who were harmed? You were harmed just like these other people were harmed, but you are standing up for the abuser? Fuck out of here, dude. Stop it. Stop lying. Stop lying.
You reminded me of something that I was thinking about. It's to me, essaying is just so bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the worst people that I think are who sometimes perpetuate predators are women. And it bothers me. And you know what I thought about? Because those women didn't have resources, or they didn't have help, or they didn't have a village, or they didn't have people pumping them up, or maybe they had the wrong people grooming them, or whatever the circumstances that made them be so, that made them relate to.
What do you mean by that? Well, what do you mean when I can see it, I guess, because everybody has like that, like you could like Stockholm syndrome or whatever, but like, what does it look like when women do it?
Well, why is she saying something now?
Oh,
if
yeah.
That happened 10 years ago. Why is she saying something now?
Got you. Yeah.
What I find is that a lot of women go through stuff and they get through it, right? Or they supposedly get through it. Maybe they compartmentalize it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when somebody else is out loud talking about their event, then they get mad at those women because they're like, well, I did it.
Because they haven't dealt, but that's because they actually haven't dealt with it. That's why.
Exactly.
That's the reason why. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they are mad at the women who are out loud and in public talking about situations that happen. And they're like, I don't understand because I wouldn't have done it like that. You didn't have to go through that either. I wish you would have had resources. I wish you would have had a village. I wish that you didn't have to go through what you go. But they'd be so mad at women for coming out saying what happened to them. And that's a part of it.
Yep. No, I've seen that before too. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Pope, I know this isn't part of the pump, but I just wanted to address this. I was hoping to jump on Rambo right quick and bring this point to him. He said something at one point saying that men are more disciplined, and I am here to call BS on that.
I didn't hear that.
I think he's like, well, men are more disciplined, which is absolute BS because we all know from young boys up to men, they are more disciplined by means of having to be corrected. But as far as self-discipline, no.
If men are more disciplined, if men are more disciplined, then why do we cheat more?
Exactly. Amongst other things.
I mean, I'm just naming since we're talking about cheating, I'm saying if men are more disciplined, then why do we cheat more? That don't make sense.
In the comment, he said victims of trauma almost always need to do personal work. Sir, the trauma that you created.
But he missing the point. That's for them. That's not for you. They don't need to do the work to be better for you. They need to do the work to be better for themselves. That has nothing to do with you. If you want a person
and how to live after having trauma perpetrated on
them. Like that's something they ain't got nothing to do with you. If they want to be better people for themselves and they want to be stronger and they want to learn how to spot narcissistic abuse or whatever, that's for them. You do not get to go to them and be like, hey, you really need to go to therapy so that you can like really work through your shit. Like, I wish, man. All right.
I'm with Kay. I pray they lose a hair follicle every time they victim blame.
I saw something here on TikTok that said the reason men try to get back in relationship with women that they...
All right, Mill, yeah. You said what? I'm sorry.
The reason that men want to get back in relationship with women that they have cheated on is because if those women take them back, then they feel like what they have done wasn't that bad. Did you guys see that?
That makes sense too, though.
Yeah, because I couldn't have possibly been that bad if you are taking me back. And then they make them suffer. And I think that guy Chris, who publicly talked about what his wife did, I think. This is one thing I noticed too. Men think that if they don't verbally say that they are still offended or still hurt by something, that it's not the thing. I bet you he's making his wife pay. I believe it. On eggshells.
I believe it.
I bet you any mistake that she makes, she's on eggshells thinking that, is he going to bring this up?
Or you got that lady eating crow.
Oh no, yeah. Or what I thought, and this is what I was alluding to. I was saying he knows that what role he played in that, and he, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what Mr. Jones was bringing up too. Is like I think he just knows what role he played in it, and he's not. It ain't like. And look, man, I got cheated on too by a girl a long time ago. I got cheated on my first like real girlfriend that I had, you know, like as a young man, right? Like 19, you know, she's my high school sweetheart. She quote unquote cheated on me. You know what she did? Very similar to what Chris described, right? No physical. She she talked to this dude, and then she went to his birthday party. She bought him like a little cheap little, you know, present or whatever, got him like a teddy bear or something like that in a card. And she went to his birthday party or whatever, right? We all knew him, like we knew we were all mutual friends or whatever, right? So yeah, that's what she did, right? Okay, that I was hurt by that. We broke up for a week or two or whatever, and we got back to, you know what I'm saying? Like I was definitely hurt by that, but like I could never ever act like, oh, I'm sorry, and she did that because I was neglecting her. Like just to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure at the time, I can't remember the exact conversation we had, but it was something along those lines. Like she was getting something from him that I wasn't that I wasn't giving to her or whatever the case may be. And I was like, okay, so you know, I was like, cool, and we corrected it or whatever. And I never moving forward, at no point in time ever again in our relationship that I feel like she was like untrustworthy or, you know what I mean? Like she made me feel completely at ease. I never, you know what I mean? Like I never like felt like, oh man, she gonna do it again. And she would never say stuff to make me be like, oh, there she goes. Like it was, she never triggered anything else in me ever again. Right? But when men cheat, and we do worse than that, it's usually not that type of shit. It's way worse. But let's say we did the same thing. Moving forward, we never actually correct our behavior. We typically continue to say and do the same things we were doing leading up to the, you know, to the episode, to the whatever, the cheating, the whatever it was, right? So women never, you know, they never forget you. We never allow women to forget. That's the funny part about it. Like y'all screaming, you want women to forget, but you never let her forget. You always you constantly remind her that you still are the same piece of shit. You constantly let her know that shit in so many ways.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part about it. Go ahead.
Somebody in the comments was talking about men remember things that were done to them since they were like in the 5th grade,
yep.
And they hold it against all women.
All women.
And I feel like that's so true.
Yep.
But we can't hold any grudges. I love what BPG says. You're talking about holding grudges. I'm a Cancer. I'm gonna hold a grudge. If you do something,
I'm a person. I don't know if it got anything to do with my zodiac sign. I feel like I'm a real nigga because I hold grudges. I got grudges with people from fucking junior high school. Fuck them.
Forever.
Fuck them.
One of my cousins for 2 years for something she said to my sister. She didn't even say it to me. She said it to my sister. I didn't talk to her for 2 years. Like, don't do stuff. If you don't want to be forgotten like you never existed, don't do stuff. It's
up and it's stuck. That's all I know. They made that song. When Cardi and them came out with It's Up and It's Stuck, they made it for me. That's what I felt like. I said, oh, okay, they in my brain, okay. Because that shit is, it's up and it's stuck. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking. And I'm not saying that there's not a way for us to reconcile, but I'm not gonna be the one to do it.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna go to you like you were saying before, LaShonda? You think I'm gonna track you down to get my nigga? Exactly. Nah, nigga. You come to me if you want to. Hey, it's really, you know, you fucked up. Okay, come on over here. Hey, you know, I realized I fucked up. Blah 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 blah. I wanted da 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 da. Bet I got you. Bygones can be bygones. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never forgetting. I know I got a bad memory, but I don't forget that type of shit. Absolutely the fuck not. That's locked in forever. I don't care if I got Alzheimer's. When you come in the room, I'm gonna remember what you did. That's that nigga that stole $20 from me, and I was broke. Mm-hmm.
And I loved how you clocked in with saying you're asking someone who you've wronged if they want to be in a healthy relationship, they have to do some work too, and that's crazy coming from somebody
wild.
Created the unhealthy relationship.
Wild. Like, I don't understand.
The relationship is already unhealthy because you cheated or you did whatever, or you was disrespectful. So how can you expect that person? That's what I'm saying. It's always about women doing work. We doing invisible labor.
Even when you don't fuck anything up, you got to do some work to fix it. Like, what the fuck?
Always working.
Man, this is crazy, bro. Like, all I hear is y'all like reversing everything, putting everything women do on men and say men doing this stuff.
Like,
and that's cap, bro. I'm talking about women hold on.
I've been waiting to flame you since yesterday.
Forever. They hold on things forever and bring that shit up 10, 11, 12, 13 years later. You don't hear dudes talking about something. Oh, that's why you was out in the cold, or that's why your mom kicked you out.
That's literally what dudes do. That's literally what men do all the time. I hear it all the time.
No, I don't hear no stuff like that, bro.
You do it.
You think that's hypocritical?
You say what?
Steve, do you think that's hypocritical that women would do that?
Do I think it's hypocritical?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that no more or less hypocritical than you giving Pub a hard time about the ethnicity of his wife when you yourself have the same ethnicity of baby mamas times 7 or 8?
Less.
Is it hypocritical that you're not a stand-up guy like you pretend to be?
He can't stand up.
No pun intended.
He can't stand up. Don't forget.
How is it less hypocritical, brother? Right, that's what I thought.
Hey, Clarice called him. She said 7-Eleven. You literally should bow out this combo. She called that nigga 7-Eleven. Not 7-Eleven. Tonight said, when you go there, you got to stay there. Grudges are my fave bags to hold. I don't give a fuck.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he left. I didn't drop him. Hey, matter of fact, hold on. He might be back in the queue. Yeah, he back in the queue. Okay. Hey, I took y'all advice. I oil my hands up. I did it all. I did everything. Okay. Just so y'all know, we're going to see how this goes. I got my cuticles nice and oily. He ran over it. He rolled over his phone.
Why y'all like this?
You said he ran. You want to
Oh my gosh. We're not serious about anything.
I can never be.
Same.
Impossible.
Imagine people riding by Skeet House and he yelling into the phone, just sitting there yelling.
Outside on his porch. Talking about I'm a king. See. Bro. Brother. Where you at? King Louis? King David?
I don't know what had happened, man, but yeah, I'm back though, man.
Hey, why you got that fucking bird? Hey, why you got that bird as your fucking PFP? That nigga got a motherfucking. Hey, what kind of bird is that, man? What kind of bird is that?
That's a falcon, bro. That's a falcon.
That nigga got a crescent, motherfucking. What kind of bird you got up there?
That's a falcon up there, bro. That's a falcon. That's a falcon bird. That's a beautiful falcon.
All right, man. That shit funny. Y'all crazy as shit.
No, that's a penguin falcon, though.
All right. You got it.
That's what that is. But yeah, though.
A penguin? What'd you say? A penguin falcon?
Pilgrim falcon.
Okay. All right. That's close enough. I'll take it. You got it. Close enough. I thought you said penguin falcon. I was like, come on, bro.
But yeah, when she was asking me about is that hypocritical woman, yeah, that is. And then when she asked me about me being with you, that's less hypocritical. Yeah, facts. I don't feel like I'm
same thing.
No, Hecky, no, because I'm giving him facts. Women just be on some other stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking
talking about your situation. It's the very same thing, and you know it. The mental gymnastics.
No. See, public pander to.
By your logic.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
I think there's no public pander to black women. So therefore, nothing that they can do is wrong in his eyes. You see that?
That's not
so
true.
There's no way in the world, out of a world full of millions of, melanated women, that he didn't end up with one and procreated with one. See, now me, on the other hand, right? I do not pander to no one. Nobody. You feel me? I don't pander at all to no one, right? So that's a big difference. If you don't got self-decorum about yourself, self-human decency, things like that in that nature of line, I don't deal with you. If you ain't dressed already for presentation in a certain manner, I ain't dealing with you. Like, even if when people speak to me, I don't be speaking to them because I don't want nobody to ever get too comfortable with thinking that they can speak to me. I might be out somewhere with my women and children, and here comes some person I don't even know, thinking they know me all because I allowed them to speak to me before. Like, hell no, get your ass.
What you got on right now? Hold on. What you got on right now, Ski?
Right now I got on the button up and jeans.
Show us your legs.
I ain't got enough followers on here though.
Damn, okay. You always lie.
Always excuse.
Always.
I don't got enough
Baby
followers on here
mama.
though.
So baby mama's 4, 5, 6, 7 through 11 was like, oh, I want to go be a part of that.
No, I got 7, not 11. I got 7 baby mama. I ain't got 11 baby mama.
Okay.
He got 7 baby mamas, 11 kids. That's why Clarice called him 7-11.
They saw that chaos over there and was like, man, I want to go be a part of that.
Somebody to be with, and I ain't no chaos in my circle. You feel me? Like I got what I've created, what I built for myself, and either you a part of, you want to be a part of it, or you don't. Because I'm not forced on nobody. And here go the rules. You feel me? It is what it is.
Go in the house, man. That dog barking.
You know what I've always wanted to know?
I don't smoke in the inside of my home, so my little pup out here, he just.
Pub, you know what? I wanted to always ask, because people be using pandering to black women as maybe weaponizing it.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with pandering to black women? What's wrong with that?
You not never giving nobody no correction, sitting down, talk to them about their actions. That's causing a problem in society to where they don't feel that what they doing is wrong. So it's enabling their behavior. So that's what pandering does to a person. So if you tell a girl,
I disagree with that.
You sit here as a father of 11 children by 7 different women and say that? Are you serious?
Hold on, let LaShonda go. She ain't finished with her thought. Go ahead, LaShonda.
I disagree that pandering to someone is not holding them accountable or allowing their mistakes to just go undiscussed. That's not what that is.
Yes, it is. Obviously, you need to go back to school.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Back to school, he said, LaShonda.
Thank you.
Listen, man, I be on so many different panels with so many people who be so educated, who got degrees and everything. But every time when I bring up words, they supposed to be more educated than me. Then they always love to talk about how I talk, right? But every time I bring up words, they got to go to the dictionary and pulling up the actual words. No, what I'm saying is this, right? To come up with the same shit that I done already told them. But they more educated than me and always try to, insult me off of how I talk.
Hey, how do you roll that R in the education?
Because I'm God, bro. I'm an ancient.
No, but there's no R in education. How is that R? I never seen that before.
I got an ancient tongue, bro. You feel me? I'm ancient, bro. I come from the sea. I come from the blood of King David, bro.
Okay.
From the blood of King David, man.
All right. But nah, yeah, it's stupid. They don't be having no point. They just like saying that shit because they think it's like you said.
No, that's a big point.
They just think they try to deflect and act like it's like some gotcha. What up, Carlos? They try to use it as
no correction. Don't mute myself because I'm gonna let. Hold on, Carlos, man, you just came in, bro. Chill.
I just said I'm gonna mute myself. Did you not hear me, bro?
All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. So public, boy, you gonna take away the fact that a person ain't to be given no type of correction, no type of wisdom, no type of leadership, no type of guidance, no type of nothing.
I don't feel like I can correct black women. Even if I wanted to correct black women, I don't have any notations to give them.
Right, so that's why you.
I don't have any. I think, and I don't want to. Hold on, wait, brother. And I don't want to make this about black women specifically, but since you brought up black women, if I said the same, because the only corrections that I can make to white women would be based on racism. It wouldn't have anything to do with like womanhood. I don't have nothing to say to white women either when it comes to the plight of women. I have nothing to tell them. I have nothing. I have no information. I have no knowledge. I have no insight. I have nothing for them whatsoever. Zero. So that's why I think it's hilarious when you say, hold on, brother. Hold on. That's why I think it's hilarious when you guys try to say that I'm pandering, when I literally believe in my heart of hearts, and I exhibit this every day, that I don't have anything to offer them in this. I don't. I truly believe that. Like, I know it to be true, right? You know what? You would know it if you actually, if you
don't see, I got something to offer them.
You think you do?
I feel like I got advice to give them. Wisdom.
Hold on, wait. You think you do though, but wait. You think you have something to offer them, but here's what happens when you actually engage with them and you talk to them. You quickly will surmise that you don't. There is nothing that you can say to the average woman that she doesn't already know and doesn't understand way better than you when it comes to like gender dynamics or anything like that. She knows it. Imagine a white person coming to you.
That's why you play the game how it's supposed to be played, bro. You don't ever give her no leeway or leverage to make her feel.
I give her tons of leeway.
Huh?
I give women tons of leeway.
Make her feel that her actions the things that she do is acceptable.
What do they do? What do women do? What do women? Shut up. Shh. What do women do?
Okay, let me get it out, bro.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Name one thing.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they display themselves, the way that they act out in public. Hold on. The way that they act out in public, bro. The manner that they act in, bro.
Be specific. Hold on, y'all.
The way that they dress.
Hold on.
The way that being combative, being argumentative, trying to fight back.
Argumentative. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait. I hear.
Also dressing very provocative. Just not being a woman. You feel?
Hold on, man. I can't. When I start talking and y'all keep talking, that shit irritates me.
You was asking me questions.
I wasn't. I was done with the questioning. I heard you. I just wanted you to name one thing, right? And I'm gonna take one thing you said because none you said made sense. But I'm gonna take one thing you said because it was the only thing that I could kind of add up, whatever. Okay. So you're saying women are combative. Okay. Combativeness in and of itself isn't a sin, right? Because what if they're combative as a way to protect themselves? What if they're combative because they're tired? What if they're I'm not understanding. I'm like, what if women are combative because they are tired of abuse?
Like I just told you, bro, you don't give them no room to make them feel as though if their behavior is acceptable. What I say,
it doesn't
go and do what I say do.
That doesn't make sense.
Give them no room for nothing else. The moment you give them the room, look at what happened. They take full control over everything. Now they controlling you. Now they telling you what to do. Now they telling you when to go to sleep. Now they telling you when to wake up. Now they telling you what to wear. Now they telling you.
Hold on. So if that's the case, stop. Skeet, stop. So if that's the case, then how am I pandering? If they're controlling me, how am I pandering? They're controlling me.
How you pandering, bro? Because you don't give no correction, bro. You don't say, hey, now that right there that you did, that sound kind of like, inappropriate to be doing to someone. You sit up there and be like, oh, yeah, shit, fucking cool, great. Yeah. You don't give no correction, bro. You don't give no correction, bro, about their wrong behavior. Let's say for instance, right? If a girl says she did something to her boyfriend for retaliation, you would sit up there and be like, yeah, she was right for that shit, instead of like, no, I understand you was, what he did probably, hurted you in a way, but you could have walked away from that and learned from that mistake and just grow from that and, do better and make better decisions, instead of like, yeah, go ahead, get retaliation. What you did to him, oh girl, you should have did it. So if she burnt his car down, burnt his house down, all over just because he said hi to another woman, you telling the black woman she was right for that, bro? Like, that shit is crazy. You don't give them no correction for their behavior, bro.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all, stop. Hey, I only can deal with one person at a time, y'all. If he's talking, let him talk. I get it. It's annoying. You gotta let him finish. Go ahead. There's a reason I'm letting him talk. I want to hear it all out.
Because they women, so of course they gonna feel like that. But you sit up there enabling that. But you sit up there enabling their behavior, though, right? Because let's say, for instance, she get so in her feelings and so emotional and so mad and so angry, right? Just from him saying hi to another woman, bro, and sit up there and burn down his house. You would say that was cool and great because he should have never did nothing like that. Like, bro, that junk is weird. You enabling their behavior, telling them nothing that they do that chaotic, that they is wrong for it. That they shouldn't reevaluate themselves and analyze the situation. Maybe you looking at something wrong. What is going on with you that you feel some type of way? If a person spoke to your man and your man spoke back, that you feeling like they done did something. That he can't be cordial of a person and be respectable. And
can I ask you a question, Skeet? Like seriously, I want you to think about it for 1 second. Have you ever heard me actually say that? What you're saying? No. Don't. Hey. I'll let you just go on a whole rant. All I asked you is, have you actually heard me say that though? That's all I want to know. It's a yes or no question. If you have, then you have. And I would ask you to give me evidence also. So have you actually heard me say that before?
Right now, I can't recall, bro. But I know.
Okay, hold on, wait. Let's take it step by step. So you've never heard me say that, right? Then hold on, Skeet. Listen, if you've never heard me say that, then why are you up here saying that I said that before? Could it be? And this is what I say to all of y'all. If you have to lie to me. Yes, you did. You did. You literally did. Skeet, stop. Don't do it. You literally just did it. I didn't misunderstand shit. You literally, Skeet, hush. Why would you bring all of that up if you weren't saying that I said it? That doesn't make sense.
That was a scenario on how you pandering to women.
Exactly. This nigga. Okay. Clearly
I didn't say you said that. I gave a whole picture on what pandering is, bro. And this is what you do. So when men come up on your panel, right, and they call out the actions of what women done did to them, bro, you sit up there and you protect. You get what I'm saying? It's all that I'm saying. I didn't say you said those words verbatim out of your mouth. I didn't say that, bro. That's not what I was saying. But what I am saying is that you protect the behavior of black women. So every man who be coming up on your platform, you would say, but what about a woman who did this and that and the third? You always protecting it like, yeah, she should have did it. And she's a woman. Like, you give it so much protection. You enable the behavior. You don't give no direction to it, bro. You don't give no correction and be like, damn, though, baby girl, because I know how I would have felt if that was me. You see, that's what a man would do. A man is going to sit up there and solve the situation, bro. Because when you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, damn, I see how she feel. I see how he feel. And then when you see who is wrong, you going to, as a man or as, just as a being, you will be like, damn.
All right. We let it go on long enough. Ali said, hold on. Ali says you wear boneless boxers and loose neck white tees. Angel said Skeet needs to sit down and be quiet. They got 5 on his head. Erica said, I got one word for Skeet, unappropriate. Millier said, I need to roll in school. Y'all let me know when to drop wheels. Whenever you want. Oh, yeah. Keo Marys, I think.
I be dropping this bars. Facts. Y'all just go to show. Women don't want no accountability. They want they want to be treated just like a child, bro. Be in response.
We did it. They got that boy about here with the quickness. All right. They couldn't take it. Go ahead. Go ahead, CS.
No, I'm sorry. I had so many problems with
I know. You gotta let the crash dummies be crash dummies, and then we can address it.
I know, and I did a bad job of that. censoring myself. But yeah, no, like everything he was saying was so wild. Like, has he ever met a woman? He is not in the company of a good woman who's going to hold him up, who's going to be like someone who supports him, and he supports 50-50. Like, he is a bad actor, and we all know that. So I'm just going to yield there for a moment.
Bet. No, you good. Hey, I was I really and truly I think we did a lot today. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I gotta go. I appreciate y'all coming up. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta do what I gotta do, man. I appreciate y'all for real. We did it. That was fun. I had a good time. I had a great time, actually. I didn't have a good time. I had a great time. Are you not entertained? Once I saw us hit, I ain't gonna even lie. I was ready to go when we hit over 300,000 likes. I was like, cool, we got 300,000 likes. We can end this motherfucker right now. I was happy. Y'all made my heart. Y'all, it really felt good in here, man. I appreciate y'all. Shorty Rah, Bun Mistress, to Nigel, Osa, Reese Skyler, Teresa, Jerome in Seattle, Facts and Snacks. It's not for everyone. Carrie L, your favorite irritation, Jules, Erica, Osa, Antoine, Shrimps, Keo Marys. Urata said, if you're not actively bashing women, you're pandering. That's exactly what it is. Tonight, I said the only person a bum with 11 kids, 7 baby mamas can hold accountable is a bum with 12 kids and 8 baby mamas. Damn, that's funny. Somebody said roll out by Ludacris. Oh my God, man. And I just said when you go there, you gotta stay. Oh, yeah, we already read that one. Damn, that was funny as shit, man. All right, y'all. Oh, I gotta go eat, man. I'm hungry as shit. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lola. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for keeping the live alive. I really do. I appreciate it.